The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it a go stop, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to those in television land. Happy Friday to our silent supporters, and happy Friday to those in the chat. Hope everyone had a wonderful and productive week, and looking forward to a restful weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate, as usual, each and every one. Remember, guys, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing, and also the membership is still active. And thank you to those who have joined the membership so far. Really appreciate each and every one. Tonight's topic is Truth and Reconciliation Must Come, with your host Byron, Anne-Marie, Melting Pot, and Pastor Ricky will be in the house. All right, so let me just go ahead and welcome those in the chat, and then I'll hand over to Byron. So Beverly, Truck Life, Dorothy McCoy, Falmouth Girl 2, Freedom, Sonia Ellis, Cynthia B, our channel, one of our channel members, Florence Brown, Marva Dyke, Muriel King, Maxine Fraser Bell, Ransford Smith, Larry Beckford, Rosa, Blendon, Cheerful Wild Horse, Hosea Phibbs, and Damian Goss. Welcome. Without any delay, I'm going to hand over to Baron, and then we're going to start.
All right. Thank you, Honey, for that usual wonderful precursor there, right? In terms of meeting all of our people. I want to say all our subscribers, right? Wonderful thanks, right, as it relates to the journey, right? Big up yourself, right? We are, making a lot of progress, and, and that is very wonderful. Tonight, yes, we're going to have Melting Pot, and we have Pastor Ricky that will be coming in later. So for, the usual thing, Melting Pot, that's meet and greet your people as usual, right, before we get into the program. Melting Pot.
Yeah, man. Once again, greetings to everyone. Hope you all had a blessed week and looking forward to a splendid weekend. I must also say, I hope the good Lord guide and protect you all, because we are in a perilous time, not just in Jamaica, but worldwide. So if you just ask the Lord shed his light upon us as we go through our daily chores. Yeah.
Wonderfully said. Wonderfully said, Melting Pot. And as I said, we are in a perilous time. And this is why it is very much important in terms of when we talk about good governance. My Jamaican people, you know, I want to speak to you, right, in a very deep way before we even commence this program, right? Because what we need to look on is good governance. And as it relates to the Andrew Holness governance, right? I mean, we need some truth and reconciliation. We have seen where Andrew Holness, right, made a lot of promises and, right, lies and, you know, the level of involvement as it relates to corruption, right? We have seen the poverty increase. We have seen inflation increasing. We have seen crime increasing. And all what the Prime Minister is doing and his minions are PR, which is not helping the people any at all. The Prime Minister administration has gone rogue. Not too be about that. And tonight we have evidence in terms of, you know, showing Jamaican people, right, the series of lies, right, over the many years that the JLP had just flung out there, right, and, you know, people just, you know, being tricked. Now you know that the Jamaica Labour Party came out with FINSA and blamed the People's National Party for FINSA, right? A lot of people buy into it because you never really have social media, right, that active in terms of checks and balance. But now that social media is very active, right, you have seen now where the Prime Minister would blame, right, as it relates to the 90s meltdown, financial meltdown, right, and the People's National Party. You realize that now, after we going through the evidence, right, through the evidences, you realize that it was a callous lie that the JLP had told, right, as it relates to what causes the 1990s. There's evidence in terms of Ben Crawford, Edward Siaga, right, Archer Young and Associates. You have seen evidence as it relates to you cross-state. I've seen evidence as it relates to the SSL and brought back I mean, the 1995 financial meltdown 2.0, you understand, through SSL, right? You have seen where the GLP had given SSL license, right, to come, right, knowing to the fact that SSL was a Ponzi scheme. So let me just say this before, right, we get into the program. There is no distractions that is going to take us away from SSL. So let me speak to, right, Big Mama, who is trying to, you know, inject a lot of distraction so that we must not speak on the issues at hand, right? As I said, and I continue to say, that SSL has all the skeletons, right? All the skeletons of the wrongdoing and the evil to Jamaican people, right? And we are going to go through, we are going to explain certain things. We are going to show the series of lies that been damaging to the Jamaica society. Now, without any further delay, right? We are here this month, January 25. The People's National Party, my people, is looking extremely good. Extremely good. Right, they are doing their groundwork, right? They are getting out the people, and we have seen that is now having to, you know, move into the voters' apathy, reducing voters' apathy. So what I mean then, that a lot of people who, for some reason, who did not vote, I am telling you people, a lot of people who didn't vote then are coming out now, and they are very serious as it relates to what they have witnessed, right, and what we are bringing to them, right? The Jamaica Labour Party is in a limbo because the JLP, Jamaica Labour Party, because they are depending on the lies and depending on the propaganda. They cannot, you know, stand up to a melting pot. They cannot stand up to a mystic sensation, and certainly They cannot stand up to a Bill Lonesome and many other channels who are putting the facts out there. At the end of the day, we are saying that facts over propaganda. And we are seeing that when we stay on facts, when we stay on record, right, there is no other media as it relates to who are defending the Jamaica Labour Party, right, can challenge us. Right? They are making us look good, extremely good. Because when they speak, right, they have no source, right, to defend themselves. But when we speak, we have all the source. Now, St. Elizabeth, let me talk to my Jamaican people. Melting pot, I've seen where St. Elizabeth, right, you know, and let me tell you, it is one of the constituency that if JLP loses constituency, I can tell you, right, as it relates to St. Elizabeth, right, constituencies. If they lose them, right, out, game out. But I'm telling you that the People's National Party is making some inroads into St. Elizabeth and it looking extremely, extremely good. Let me just give, you know, a short footage of that in terms of, you know, I have to speak in terms of Mark Golding's strategy, right? Now we have seen as it relates to Central Kingston, where Mark Golding had made a particular selection because we are getting news that people. Let me say this: we are getting news as it relates to, right, the then candidate, right, in terms of certain behavior and how he had aligned with the Jamaica Labour Party. He was like a Trojan horse. But I'm glad that the People's National Party figured it out very early, right? And have him removed and now place Steve McGregor, Senior Superintendent, former Senior Superintendent of Police. Can you imagine a Trojan horse was amongst us, right? Working in tandem, right, with Donovan Williams. Let me call the name. Working in tandem with Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams endorsed him. But now they are fretting. Because guess what? The People's National Party observed that there was a Trojan horse. And of course, move in. You understand, identify the Trojan horse and reject it. Right? So we're good where that is concerned. Now we know that Steve McGregor, right, is there. And trust me, a man with a lot of experience. Pick up Steve McGregor anywhere you are. So without any delay, let me show, because you know that we speak right true to power. So let us show St. Elizabeth and show what Mark Golding. Mark Golding is moving from house to house. Right? Social media. Right? All the necessary things that Mark Golding need to do, right, to shore up, right, the People's National Party. Mark Golding is doing that. A very articulate leader. Now, without any delay, let us show that PNP leader Mark Golding in Santa Cruz. Let us go there. All right, here we have Pastor Ricky. All right.
All right. Let's go, Pastor Ricky.
Man, the devil is a liar. I'm having challenges with my computer, but I'm glad to be in the space. Good night, Lady Anne Marie, Sir Byron,
Right.
Big Respect, Mystic Sensation, Melting Pot, General Blessings, and all the Mystic Sensation family. I'm still working on it, so as soon as it's fixed, I'll switch devices. Thank you.
Pastor Ricky and Melting Pot tonight is not an easy night, you know. Because we are going to call out some people.
Amen.
All right.
Next time on the pound with the can't survive. You have to up there. If the brains have become fixed, I'm going to have to more that. Come with that, man. Not go out and struggle. Yeah. Put together for the family. When you get to the moment, take it back. So what I'm going to do. You're going to come for it, because you're going to ride yourself. That's all that is. Maybe that's what it's man. That's all. I'm gone. Yes, get that. Go
Our next MP. Okay. I follow your lead.
Anti-dress. Where are you, General? You ready? You ready?
All right.
If you are an African mom living in the diaspora and you're feeling stuck right now,
it relates to the love that Mark Golding, right? A strategical move, right? In terms of St. Elizabeth dealing with those taxi operators, right? And many of them, right, as it relates to the love that they are, pulling out from Mark Golding. So I am saying, based on that, you understand, I am happy, right? We know that St. Elizabeth is going to be in the orange column. And I'm telling you, if GLP lose St. Elizabeth, it's over. Not too worry about that, based on the history of the politics. And, comrade leader Mark Golding is doing what needs to be done. And that is an excellent, I'm feeling overwhelming, my people. Overwhelming that People's National Party, they're putting in the work. You understand? They have been there, they have done that. Janet Jones said them just showing instructions left, right, and center to avoid people being aware of PNP momentum. Please focus, guys. And this is one of the things, I want to tell you some things that Sister Janet Jones, right? Her ears on the ground, right? And I'm telling you, our eyes, our mind, everything focused. And so then we are saying to our Jamaican people, right? Don't take nothing for granted, right? Please make sure that you do your registration and ready, right? I don't want anyone to stay at home and believe, okay, all right, we have this in the back. We're comfortable. PNP gone with it already. No, don't have the mindset there, right? The mindset what we want you to have is that when you look and you tell yourself that you are going to make the difference, right? And if it is one number to carry us through that line, you putting in your input is extremely, extremely important. Let me just give the members on the panel just 2 minutes to respond to the clip in terms of what they are just saying. Melting Pot, take it away.
Yeah, that clip looked very wonderful, And a word just come back to my thought. Because as the son of the founder of the party, Michael Joshua Manley said, the word is love. And I saw that shining through, as the people go along and showing the love and support for Mark Golding. And he, in return, acknowledging it and also exhibiting his love for the people. And, that is what Jamaican society want. A leader that can reach out to the people without even having to open his mouth to tell a lie. A man that is present alone just enchant the mood of the people. Them.
All right.
So the word is love.
Love it. All right.
And back to the panel.
All right. Love it. We are keeping it nice, short, and spicy tonight. Right. Pastor Ricky, jump in.
Yes, indeed. Now you see why the criminal prime minister cannot call the election, because he's not popular anymore. His popularity is gone. It's in the tank. It's in the cesspool of corruption. And I want to big up Senator, Comrade Lady Gabriella Morrison and the YO, People's National Party YO, for launching their registration to get out the vote and get much people register as possible. And I'm grateful that Gen Sec and I'm grateful that GenSec and all the other People's National Party. Hold on, I'm having some computer problems. I'm grateful that GenSec and all the People's National Party counselors, caretakers, and everybody else has been having all 63 candidates ready. I have a few more to make presentations for. And once this is completed, which should be probably by the end of this month, then we are ready, get ready. Mark Golden, ready. People's National Party, ready for the road.
All right.
Victory shall be ours. Amen.
All right. There you go, Pastor Ricky. You understand? And let me tell you something, my Jamaican people. We are up in terms of the work that Mark Golden is doing, the strategy that the GenSec is being utilizing, right?
Amen.
Very wonderful and on par in terms of getting the results. We love that. Now, tonight, we're going to have some bangarang. When we say we're going to have some bangarang, we are going to have some bangarang tonight. You understand? We are going to get in, right? Through how should I say it? Deal with it now. As it relates to the curves and the turns. This is like Fern Gully. As we going through those scripts, we're going to, release, right, expose, right, the lies, the corruption of the Jamaica Labour Party tonight. We are going to deliver them. And let me say this, right before I even get there. St. Thomas, I want you to stay tight tonight and listen to Mystic Sensation, because we are going to expose a vicious lie that I told to St. Thomas people and Portland. So St. Thomas people and Portland, and I want people to make sure that they start to share out this, right? Big up Legris in the chat, Beckford, who always been there, right? Encouraging people to, like up the live, share it out. Tonight, we are sending a message to St. Thomas and Portland, and we are going to reveal the truth and nothing but the truth. This is why, when we finish, why Jamaica Labour Party is going to lose St. Thomas and Portland, because of what I'm going to reveal tonight. Now, evidence, how Mystic Sensation work, with confidence, facts, undeniable, undisputable, right? Now, I want to show Jamaican people something as it relates to the corruption of the Jamaica Labour Party, where they delegate persons in certain places to protect the Jamaica Labour Party, including the DPP. Yes, DPP, I'm going to touch it tonight. Clear evidence. So you have the DPP who is working for the Jamaica Labour Party, right? We don't take back that because we have facts. We have the Commissioner of Police who is working for the Jamaica Labour Party. We don't take back that. We know that a fact. But the Commissioner of Police, highly political. And the previous Commissioner of Police, also highly political. Now, we are going to go into an interesting topic as it relates to Mr. Bell Davis. And people, we are going to open something tonight. Honey, rise the machine. Who shop Bell Davis? We could get into that. So the melting pot is here. Pastor Ricky is there. And the Gleaner is asking the question, who chopped Bell Davis? We are getting into that. Bangarang tonight. Think you are playing? We are not playing around here.
I don't know where that thing came from.
No, we can.
Was here before.
All right. Yes, wifey. Thank you for your still cannot give me it. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah.
What's here again? What the hell?
All right. Them can't stop it tonight. whatever magic them try to use to stop me and slow me up. Them can't stop me and slow me. We hear Big Mama, they use reverse psychology. You understand that he believes that we are trying to intimidate him, right, from speaking the truth. I want to know, Big Mama speak truth? It's not a credible station. We already proved that. Prove it to that. All right, well, we read what we can read on it. All right. Okay, so let us go to this document. Right? Who chopped Bell Nevis sentence? BMA admitted to hospital after Monday night attack. Bangarang tonight. Mystery surround how and why St. Anne's Bay Mayor Michael Bell Nevis was chopped several times on Monday night and had to seek treatment at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital. So let me tell my Jamaican people, right where they go on right now. You understand? There was no chopping going on. Be like that. Be like. I'm going to get to you. We're going to expose it tonight. Up to press time last night, the St. Mary police were not able to give a report on the incident, which is believed to have occurred at a building he owns, located between Boscobel and Aracabessa in that parish. No, I mean, the St. Mary police, right, is not going to be able to give a report on the incident because you, St. Mary police, is covering it up. But me and you tonight, police sources initially said no report was made. However, the Gleaner understand that senior detectives from the police Area 2 headquarters in Tower Isle were carrying out investigation into the attack. The incident is said to have occurred around 11 p.m. at the newly constructed premises, which is not the mayor's home. Reports indicate that the mayor was able to drive himself to hospital where he was treated. And the reason why the mayor drove himself there, right, because really and truly, the mayor was not shot. Right? The mayor was not shot. It's a lie. It's a fabricated story. Now, on Tuesday afternoon, he returned to the hospital with his head bandaged, right? A source told the Gleaner. The Jamaican Labour Party, JLP, to which the politician is affiliated, later released a statement saying that Bell Nevis was readmitted to hospital for supervision. And that, you know, here we alone some run out. We alone some exposed, you know, the eagle exposed, you know. You understand? So what not try to do? Cover up the story. No can't cover up the story. The eagle already fly. The eagle already flown. Right? And the eagle spotted what needs to be spotted. Right? And the eagle brought home the information to us. Mayor Bell Nevis was initially released from hospital on Monday night, but was subsequently readmitted after feeling discomfort on Tuesday afternoon, the JLP said. Let me ask Mayor Bell Nevis this. As it relates to the person who involved with the interaction with, I want to know the age, right, of that individual. Why you are not speaking about that individual if you get chopped? The mayor was attacked by an unknown assailant, nothing like that, at his residence on Monday and sustained what is believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. You know, pack up the thing with lie, take it away, let me talk to my Jamaican people then. Take it away, let me talk to my Jamaican people. And let me speak as it relates to a particular syndicate in St. Mary who like to molest little boys. Let me speak this categorically clear. We have a lot of pedophiles in the Jamaican Labour Party. We know very well as it relates to information, as it relates to the Gleaner, I call out the media. we have Montague was accused, right, as it relates to sexual molestation, right, of a underage person who is not under the tandem of the law, right, to give consent as it relates to sexual interference or sexual participation. We have seen the allegation of this particular member in the mix and mingle with that situation as it relates to Montague. We have the evidence, right, where that young lady has taken out an affidavit, right, and mentioned details. And so then all what you want to say, Robert Montague, and blame People's National Party to say it is political and blah, blah, blah. It is not the People's National Party that send you, right, to have a relationship, you understand, with someone who, under the law, is not able to give consent. Check it out. We are getting to you. Now, when we look at the case as it relates to, I'm going to ask a question tonight. And when I ask this question, I want mainstream media to follow and to ask the very same question. And as I said that Andrew Holness, right, selecting this commissioner of police, you understand, to do his bidding. So let me ask the question. Because it doesn't seem like anyone else is asking that question. Let me ask the question. So Ben Nevis, right, make up all the lies that he can make up. Now, I am asking this question. Have the police officers collected any statement from the person who received that gunshot wound in the chest? We hear people talking. What happened to his statement? What happened to his statement? It was Ben Nevis' firearm that involved in the incident. Let me ask Jamaica Constable for something. Have you taken Ben Nevis' firearm, right, and do the process as it relates to, ballistic expert? We know that, but we need the evidence. We need the evidence. We need to follow through. The Jamaica Constable Force, I am asking you, what happened to the statement from the person who received the gunshot wound? That's the question I want to ask you. That's the question mainstream media need to ask. What is he saying? What happened? Ben Nevis is saying unknown assailant. Boy, pasa, unknown assailant. But yet, this unknown assailant has access to your property. Who gave him the key? Because what this is, let me tell Jamaican people, is a love triangle gone bitter. We are obviously the mayor, right, who have spending money and put up people right in places, and then people bring other people there, and in earshot, you will have ears on the ground. In earshot, right, the mayor proceed and find out that, okay, a next person in the midst, right? And of course, we see the result of what's happening and the covering up that is going on. We want to know, right, what happened to the statement of the person who received the gunshot injury. So while we are talking about this and that and A and B and C and D, what question we want to ask? Jamaica Constabulary Force. Start from do Andrew Wellness bidding, the Jamaica Labour Party bidding. We are talking that you need to act as it relates to being transparent with the investigation. Right? Now this is someone who is, you know, representing a political office, right, as it relates to the people's affairs. And so then we want to know what is going on with him, right? What is the age of the person involved? Yeah, because we have a syndicate in a St. Mary, you understand, within the Jamaica Labour Party, who love the pedophile business. So then we have to talk it out. We want to know what is the age of the person involved. And why, if Bell Nevis, listen to me now as an investigator, if Bell Nevis received sharp wounds to the head, why is he not interested to have that situation reported and have that person arrested? Hold on. Let me tell you something. So we understand as it relates to a particular syndicate who believe that they're above the law. Yes. Who are operating, right, as it relates to certain pedophile action. We have seen where Delroy Chuck, right, is fighting against revealing, as we call, the sex offender registry. Delroy Chuck doesn't want the sex offender registry to be revealed. You know? So before I move any further, let me just bring in a panel here as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party and their filthiness. Let me add that. Now, step up in this in the place there. Pastor Ricky.
Yes, very great analysis, and I appreciate the fact that you are a certified investigator to ask these pertinent questions. This is the first time that I've ever seen in my life an official, a political official, giving out information related to crime as it was related to him. Normally, we will have the police department giving out statements, speaking to the press, you know, the media, speaking to the general public. From what we're hearing, this story is just all over the place, different things in the story that does not add up. And so it makes you wonder about the credibility of the mayor that is sharing. What is he hiding? What is it that he doesn't want to be revealed and manifest in the space? If a crime like this that could actually, this isn't a, if the story is the way that we're hearing it, and I have to say that because the story has so many legs to it now, it's just ridiculous. So if the story is the way we're hearing it, this was an attempt of murder. And because many say that he was stabbed in the head, he was cut in the head, but according to what the mayor's saying, he was chopped in the head. So you're talking about trauma to the head, where the brain is located, the nervous system is located. A lot of people get trauma to the head and never survive. So to me, this is an attempt of murder. So why is it the JCF is not leading, taking the lead with this story? And as you said, the ballistics test on the gun that was used, the suspect that was shot, there is, and then the wounds that the mayor claimed that he suffered. There's so much that the JCF need to come forth and speak on, instead of allowing the mayor himself, who's not an investigator, who's not a law enforcement official, to come out and share with the JLP News radio station. Now, I have some concern because if you get chopped in the head, no hospital, if it's that severe, where they say he's going to have to go overseas to get further medical attention, no hospital administrator, nurses, doctors, those who examine the patient is going to approve of the patient leaving the hospital with such severe wounds to the head that can cause the patient to develop further complications and possible die. So who allow him, if the story is true again, because it's just so many twists and turns, but who allow him to check out of the hospital? Which administrator in the hospital gave the approval for that? And that the police should be talking to that person. The security person at the gate, the entrance, what type of note did he show that security officer to allow him to leave the hospital premises? And when you think of the crime that was committed in this case, we're hearing the suspect is shot in the hospital. Another report said the suspect died. I mean, why is it that, as you said eloquently, the JCF has not take a statement, a sworn statement from is the suspect in critical condition, in ICU, still in operating room? I mean, what's the status on the suspect? We need to know these answers, because we're hearing what the mayor is saying, but we're not hearing what the investigators are saying. We're not hearing what the hospital. I remember when I remember when the health minister had a bike accident last year sometime. The hospital administrator, the doctor came to the microphone, the press, and said, no, he was really hit by a car. So he justified why people were saying he needed special treatment to be in the hospital. How come we don't hear no one from the hospital this time speaking on anything as it relates to the mayor's wounds and the suspect? So you hit the hammer on the nail, and this story will not be a 9-day wonder, because we have to hammer it every day. Amen. I turn it back over to you.
All right. Wonderful analysis coming from you, Pastor Ricky. Now, my wife is a registered nurse, right, for many years. And when you look on Bell Navy's head, to the fact that he doesn't carry hair right on the head to even cushion, right, the weight of the machete.
There's no swollen
coming down. Now you're talking about a man swinging a machete right to your head. You're talking at least, to be honest, roughly about 10-20 pounds of pressure coming down on that skull, right? Under no circumstances, as it relates to him not having a heavy hair to protect, you understand, that sort of weight coming down with a machete, right? You're talking about 10-20 pounds of pressure when a man has swing a machete, and even more depending on how powerful that person is. You understand? That Bell Navis wouldn't, in any condition, you understand, to first drive himself to the hospital, so we can see the evidence. Now, before me bring in melting pot, because I know that melting pot is coming down with the sledge, let me set the piece, the space for melting pot. Big Mama, Big Mama, because now you're going to appear and be internal affairs. I'm going to ask you, Big Mama, why are we not getting any response, particularly from you? Because guess what? You're in the club. You're in the gentleman's club. And so then the affairs of the club is coming out. So then, Big Mama, you don't want to engage. But to get in the PNP internal business, we're not left off for the money where you're going. The government revenue where you're going, we're not left off fighting. We are telling you, Big Mama, that you need to pay up or get up.
Yeah.
Because we know that you're not credible. You have evidence that you are not credible as it relates to the last food that you have received from PJ Patterson. We are talking. Because we have evidence. Right? We have evidence. Come and know you love. Talk about you have conversation with your lawyer and your lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Well, me tell you, right? Your platform is not credible because of the propaganda where you run against PJ and you have been sued and PJ won. So then, evidence. You're not credible. You're not a credible station. Period. Point down and period. All right. Melting pot. Come in at the space.
Yeah, just looking at this, circumstance of event that they fail to be reporting and accurately. When we dissect it, we see a whole heap of flaws, as it relates to, difference of opinion in regard to the reporting. The statement where them are put out, none of them now synchronize. Them now match up. Because I remember, in the initial phase of the report, it stated that he went home to him property. But I see a report that said he went to a newly built house that he does not own. So I have to ask the question, and then 7 chop in your head, but, it's not life-threatening. The weight of a machete and the force of a man hand swinging that machete, your face not change, it not swell. Them bandage they look like from Christopher Columbus, thing don't look right, And I mean, Thunder Bailey, we're in charge of crime down in that division. We not hear nothing from him as well. But we know it's Thunder Bailey. It's the brother of Fix Bailey, the fixer.
Exactly.
So it's from one fixer to a mixer now. You understand? Because Thunder Bailey look like a mix. I mix up something to come fling out, give you, Why am I take so long to give the nation a report for a man will serve the country as a mayor? Whatever the situation with the mayor is concerning, as something will look ugly from the inside, where them no want to put out there the facts of it. But we can dissect, kind time you go to school and you hear about single and plural and you hear about three. Three becomes a triangle, a 3 point you have, shape of a triangle. So that love triangle assembled upon that newly constructed home. I don't know what the purpose of that newly constructed home is. If it's where, people meet up and assemble. Because I don't hear about no female or no kids living at this newly constructed home. Look like it's a male, like it's a care home for certain things. But the report, it shambles, and it has show up a lot of fabrication within it. Because
all right, it seems like melting pot is
an unconscious state of mind with 7 chop to the head.
Yes.
Could I bleed out? Could I bleed out and cause?
Melting pot might be you need to log out and
could I bleed out and cause other people life while him driving himself to the hospital?
Exactly.
Why did he have to do that? What was the reason why?
All right, melting pot. Well, I'm going to break you a bit. If you're hearing me, might be you need to log out and log back.
Your internet is
lagging. right? So have that address, right? Just log out and come back in.
All right,
Let me just be here since Melton.
Sir Byron, why is it the mayor didn't call the police to come to the scene of the house? Why did they cordon off the area, put the caution yellow tape, and do their forensic, you know, to make sure that forensic investigation to collect evidences from the crime scene, like blood spill, gunpowder, you know, all of these things that they will normally do. I mean, we have not heard. Did they ever go to the crime scene? Do you know?
Well, you will not hear that because it is a makeup story.
Right.
None of that is going to be done. A makeup story, and where the police officers trying to, you know, conceal, right, all the evidence, right, that need to be shown to the public. Right. The fact of the matter, you know, Del Nevis, right, is a public representative.
Exactly.
Right? And so it's a public business.
Right.
It's a public business. Right? I want to understand that, okay, I mean, if the mayor involved in certain egregious behavior, right? Of course, the public want to be aware. Right? We don't want to be oblivious.
Yeah.
Right. Of that.
I mean, I asked those questions since we peeling back the layers and we dissecting it to expose the lies in the story.
Yes, exactly. Now, my Jamaican people, what I'm going to expose tonight, right? And Sophia Langmore, I want you to stand by for this one. Because we know that the JLP, Jamaica Labour Party, right? Just full with propaganda, right? And definitely meddling with the people's treasury as it relates to illicit enrichment, enriching themselves. The Jamaica Labour Party is known for that. We have evidence of history of behavior leading to illicit enrichment by Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament. Now, let me deal with fair square here. Am I saying that the People's National Party don't have corruption? No, I am not saying that. But we are talking about the unprecedented behavior of the Jamaica Labour Party, right? And what we notice with the People's National Party, that if there is any act or persons involved, right, where the possibility of corruption concerned, the People's National Party stand for transparency and said, okay, all right, put it through the judiciary, right? Put it through the judiciary and let us prove it. Now, one case of such that we can speak about is the Colonel Spencer case. And that's why we have to be careful now, because the Colonel Spencer case has processed through the judiciary, and the judiciary found him not guilty. So then why are we even speaking about Colonel Spencer in this situation? You have a legal judiciary, right? Well, learned judges and lawyers, right, who had put the case through the judiciary and found Colonel Spencer not guilty. However, when it comes to the Jamaica Labour Party, we have seen that the Prime Minister, who is at the center of an investigation, the subject of an investigation, still allowed, right, to interfere with the investigation, right? And let us give a detailed scenario of why it should not happen. We know that, of course, when Azan diverted, right, from not using the procurement process appropriately as it relates to what is required, Andrew Holness and his minions, including Babsy Grange, Horace Chang, right, Desmond McKenzie, held a meeting and said, we are not going to tolerate him in the parliament. And calling for the People's National Party to pressure him. We have evidence of that. We have shown the people that. So then now I am asking Andrew Holness, right, as it relates to transparency and fairness. We are going to fairness. That likewise, that you had called upon Azan to take away himself. Why are you not calling up on yourself to take away yourself? Now, without any delay, I am going to show you. So, remember now, many people get sort of, uncomfortable to the fact that Jamaica Labour Party had spread certain propaganda as it relates to things down the 1995 meltdown and so forth, and they blame it on the People's National Party, and where Andrew Holness came out several times, and had spoken about the 1995 financial meltdown, and said, Andrew Holness himself said, right, it is the wickedest thing that ever happened as it relates to the transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. Andrew Holness said this in people. People, let me remind you what Andrew Holness said. Andrew Holness said, it is the wickedest evil that had ever done to Jamaican people as it relates to the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. People, you know who caused the 1995 financial meltdown? The Jamaica Labour Party. So I am saying now, as it relates to Andrew Holness, what he had said, because it seems like he has a problem in terms of getting into the history, study the history properly, and disseminate the information accordingly. Obviously, you have a problem with that. So now that Andrew Holness know that, yes, it was Edward Siaga who had borrowed millions of dollars from the bank and said he doesn't remember, right? Also caused a pressure as it relates to the 1995 financial meltdown. Whoops! That you know that it is Dan Crawford who had given loans without security to his friends and families, right? And so forth. They take advantage of the people's investment. Dan Crawford, who affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, Andrew Holness, what you have to say? Not only that, no, Andrew Holness, come here. You come to the front of the class and we talk to you now. Now, since you have this information and know that you, Cross-Kerry, was involved with none other than the apex criminal, right? The apex criminal, that he was hiding several properties for the apex criminal. So then Andrew Holness have to learn that and know that Paul Chenyong as an apex criminal that brought down the financial sector. You, Andrew Holness, now running parallel in association with you, Cross-Kerry, SSL. You have problem for tonight. Problem for tonight. You have to tear out the whip tonight. Go into the details tonight, dig it up, Yes, because Mystic Sensation, no. They tell any investigator this. SSL and amen. Let me say this to your big mama. You're not going to stop us from talking about SSL because you know and I know SSL is where it's at. Yes, SSL is where it's at. SSL give life, blood to ADMAT. We know it. And you know that too. You know that. SSL give lifeblood to ADMAT. So we are going to break it down tonight for you. Now, let us show Jamaican people the consistent lie. And when we show this, we are going to show clear evidence to the Jamaican people of how vicious the Jamaican Labour Party is. I want people to listen to this clip. I want people to call out to St. Thomas and call out to Portland. And have them share it out to St. Thomas and Portland because tonight we are going to show St. Thomas and Portland the vicious lie. Now, without any delay, let me get into that and show you. I want people to listen to him, because when I finish with him tonight, I am going to park him. His political career is going to over. I am confident that his political career is going to over. Now, without any delay, play the clip. Senator Safari Long. Play the clip on me. Because we are burying a political career tonight. Talk to me, Jamaica.
I want to start from there.
Start from the beginning. We are going to bury a political career tonight.
Seamless skin-like coverage. True Match Foundation is.
I want to welcome everybody to White Horses Division. White Horses Division is the division in West St. Thomas, in St. Thomas, in the East, in Jamaica, where Paul Bogle came from. All of us know and understand the teaching and work of Paul Bogle. We understand his influence on proud black societies and communities the world over. As I was taught today, from Malcolm X to Marcus Garvey, to all of our councillors, members of parliament, and prime ministers, Paul Bogle taught and gave us a lot to learn. I'm not talking tonight because we have a guest, Senator Dr. Sapphire Longmore. I'm only going to close by saying, when I told my mother 25 years ago that I was going to go and make representation in St. Thomas, where she is from, she was happy. But she said, be careful. The price can be high in politics. Because her father had been a mayor of St. Thomas, had served in many capacities. She knew and understand. But at that time, she was PNP. Now, she still votes, and Delroy Chuck can tell you who she voted for. Not important. What's important tonight is that after your hard work, I can now say to you, no constituency in Jamaica can claim the level of success you can claim or I can claim as Member of Parliament in transforming the East. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness, Doctor, our party leader, who we support and put where he is, we in the East St. Thomas now have the best highways. We now have 2 universities. We now can talk about in Little West St. Thomas, 4,000 jobs, 4,000 housing solutions. And when the world, from Canada to America to England, is reeling under the cost of living, inflation since 2020, COVID. Hear the freedom bell.
Take that away. My Jamaican people. Hey, look here. Father Lonesome, big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Big respect for that.
Right? Now, I am so happy that we are in social media. Yeah. So happy that you have likes like Titans. So happy that you have likes like Being Lonesome. The Root. You understand that stand and defend justice. And so then, this is why tonight I am going to write off James Robertson's political career tonight. I am confident that I'm going to write it off. Now, Mr. James Robertson, you come in front of the class tonight. Dr. Senator Langmore, now, you said no member of Parliament can claim to transfer the East. I'm glad our melting pot are coming in, you know. Talk to melting pot and tell them, carry this sledge, you know, because this people are going to be punished.
Sound much better.
It's still in and out. It's there's something logging. Your internet may be logging.
Okay.
All right. Clear a lot of things that
you're good
hearing me now.
Yes, good now. All right, stay.
All
Stay
right.
melting pot because I have the sledge. Because melting pot, we come to beat him tonight, right? And here is James Robertson. No member of Parliament can claim to transfer the East. Well, come here. Come here, James Roberts. Let me give you the history and give you the facts that it is the Jamaica Labour Party who made the attempt to destroy the East. You never know, so we have the information there. You never know, so we have the information there. So we're glad when they run out. You understand? And so when Mystic Sensation speak, or the Titan Bar speak, Melting Pot speak, or Pastor Ricky speak, we are going to present the evidence. Look for the evidence, what we are going to show you. We are going to show you that the Jamaica Labour Party made the effort to destroy the East after Portia Simpson put it in policy for the East to develop. Right? Move against it to destroy it. Come, James Robertson, come in front of the class. You talk about Dr. Andrew Holness. Dr. Andrew Holness, his doctorship Remember, you know, a corruption giving him doctorship, you know, he must study feet. So we could get that clear out of the picture. Dr. Andrew Holness did not study for his doctorate. The time that he claimed that he was studying for his doctorate, he was busy running $470 million, right, through the banking system.
But remember that the school said that that's not what he did. He has other names, other letters. He has other letters that are to come after his name, but there should be no doctor before his name because he did not get a doctorate.
Okay, so I can put it on the clear now that about Dr. Andrew Holness. Right? Speak the truth, man. What about the truth? People don't want to know the truth. You did not study for that, sir. Let us set that clear. And let us now bring the other evidence. Now, without any delay, you know, Mystic Sensation working on Mystic Sensation research. We come and love the Jamaican people. We don't want no scammer like James Robertson. Come scam the people them. So James Robertson, hold the one in your face when Mystic I will show you right now. Read this and come in front of the class. Now, without any delay, let us put it out there. Give the evidence to our Jamaican people, right? We want to come good enough and make sure, say, you understand, we have the evidence where that is concerned. We say Satan is a liar then. You understand? Satan is not going to prevent us. You understand? As it relates to the evidence that we are going to pick up right now, right? So let me just get into that. Right? Number 2. Right. Now, without any delay, the people don't wonder, oh, Byron has searched for so long. Byron, point to the evidence. Yeah, we have here. Now, okay. Run out with this now, honey. 10K views, 329 reaction, Jamaica Labour Party. Show them the evidence. Because we don't play with people, you know. We don't play with people around here, you know. Democratic socialism, we say. Yes. Run out with the evidence. Because we don't play long, you know. We don't play. You are in social media. You can't bowl no bad bar. Right? I mean, a bowl some bad bouncers. We just leave it alone. Okay, this one. All right. My wife, you're doing a good job. I think you're not doing a good job. You're doing an excellent job. Love that. Now, show Jamaican people how Adisha move towards destroying this. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things we are doing right now, as along with the Minister of Transport and the Office of the Prime Minister, that is now actually in charge of roads directly under the Economic Growth Program, that we are actually taking a very careful look at the short and medium-term road construction program with a view to accommodating the ring road or the bypass, whatever you want to call it. But I want to let you know that we are taking a look at other plans that were left by the previous government, which did not include immediately the ring road from Montego Bay, but included rather a South Coast highway. We are looking at the economic viability of the South Coast highway as it was previously planned. At US $500 million is what was projected to build a road from Harbour View to Morant Bay. US $500 million to build a toll road. It would have had to be a toll road from Harbour View to Morant Bay. Now bear in mind that the North-South Highway that has been built and that the operators are now complaining that it is has not yet reached a point of economic viability. and you see a considerable amount of traffic on that artery. And the expenditure on that highway was about US $600 million, or approaching 700, just about $700 million for the North-South Highway. How could we justify spending US $500 million from Harborview to Morant Lake? It just does not make economic sense. And so the government, even if it is unpopular, the government has a duty to do the necessary due diligence. And what I want to assure the people of St. Thomas is that in the recasting of the estimates, we are going to ensure that there is a decent road from Harborview to Morant Lake. We are going to ensure that, because the road will be upgraded. There will be realignment of the road to take into account many of those corners that need to be straightened out. You bypass those corners, so you do a realignment of the road. There are areas like Morant Bay to Cedar Valley that we have to take into consideration. And of course, there's Morant Bay to Port Antonio.
Just want to show the people the evidence where Adisha move aggressively against the People's National Party Economic Growth Program as it relates to what the previous government, which is the Portia Simpson-led government, right, slated, right, to have that highway, right, installed, and Adisha, right, went aggressively for it not to happen. So then, let me answer a question, James Robertson. How you know the claim that it is Dr. Michael Andrew Holness, right? No other politician, you understand, can claim that, when it is your government who's moving towards destroying it, when Portia Simpson, right, want it to be done. Now, let me show the other evidence where Portia Simpson is begging Andrew Holness to have it done. Come, James Robertson, come in front of the class. You think mystic sensation? You think we are going to make you fool the people? You think Lonesome going to make you fool the people? You think Melting Pot is going to allow you to fool the people? Or Pastor Ricky? No, we are here in this space. So we are presenting the truth. Now, come in front of the class. Let me show you evidence. Where Portia Simpson is begging Andrew Holness in Parliament, you understand, to make sure he fulfill the plan. And here is James Robertson in the constituency telling people, right, that it is Michael Andrew Holness, right, who, you understand, strategize and, you know, to bring the highway and so forth and so forth. Lie. The vicious lies of the Jamaica Labour Party. Right? Now, let us bring out the other evidence. Portia wants St. Thomas to get highway. Not Andrew, not Andrew Holness. So James Robertson, where you get your information from? Talk to yourself. And let us speak truth to power. Portia wants St. Thomas to get highway. Let us get into that. Come here for beat and teach tonight. Beat and teach tonight. Now here it is, people. Evidence. Number 2. Portia wants St. Thomas to get highway. And this is May 20, 2016. Portia Simpson defending this and fighting for this. Not the Jamaica Labour Party. Not the Dr. Michael Andrew Holness, a false doctor. As a result of him being a doctor, you know, too much patient dead for him. You know? Opposition leader Portia Simpson Miller yesterday told the Andrew Holness-led government to make sure the Southern Coastal Highway, which is to go through St. Thomas, becomes a reality. Now, St. Thomas people, I want to see this, you know. And so then when James Robertson come down here and they tell you no lie. You understand? You know who, you understand, want the progress to St. Thomas. They show no evidence, you know. You understand? So when they come down with Langmore to trick you know to run him work, bring him in front of the class and point him to Mystic Sensation and say, go over there for the evidence. Can you can't fool the people them? You can fool the people them sometime. Not all the while you can fool the people them. We are now in the space. So problem they are fooling you know. See it here? Last year, Cabinet gave approval for the design and construction of the Southern Coastal Highway starting with the Harbour View to Moran Bay Leg. Simpson Miller said during the budget debate in Parliament, the second phase should cover Moran Bay to Port Antonio. This was a part of a larger vision. We had to connect the entire island. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the people of St. Thomas are waiting to hear from you and an assurance that their highway will not be abandoned. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. We now make you get to with them lie then. James Robertson, we now make you get to with them lie then. You understand where you come from political trick, you dinosaur politics where you're practicing. You come out and you tell your back lie and feast, you can preach it through. You understand and people vote for you. Now we know that the Jamaican Labour Party is vicious and wicked. Tell me their lies. So we are not going to allow you, no in shape or form, to come through with them lies then. You understand? So we are correct that. So St. Thomas and Portland people, you understand? You see the clear evidence. You understand? So when you come again and I speak again, just run him out of your place. Because now you know the truth. Pastor Vicky, coming to the space.
Yeah, great job exposing the lies and the deception. You know, the JLP, which stands for the Jamaica Lying Party,
yes.
They specialize in deception. The blueprint was given to them by Mama P because she lost the election, and they should have built a 4-lane highway, and they didn't want to do. They built a 2-lane highway. Nevertheless, the Audley Shaw definitely didn't want to spend 500 million, which is $500 million US, to make the road, which will be economical, vital for the development for Portland and St. Thomas, the eastern parishes, because when you have those type of highway, truckers and those who drive delivery trucks and so forth, vans, tourists also that go on tour buses, it will stabilize the economy for those two parishes. But you can see how this government, who's guilty of embezzling taxpayers' money, and then this money is the US 500 million US dollars. It's not even their money, but the way they behave a lot is like taxpayers' money belong to them, and donor funds belong to them, charity money belong to them. And so, you know, trying to withhold what was duly right for the people, the time has come during that time when Mama P gave them the blueprint, because if she had won in 2016, the general election at that time, that highway would have been there with 4 lanes, and it would have been properly. It wouldn't be a disaster now that it's falling apart and the sparks didn't spark that they promised that they will go into to repair it. So, you know, it's just a party that is predicated upon lies, deception. When you listen to this party, you have to do your research. Thank God for video evidences, document evidences, and even their own words that can come back to show that they specializes in lies and deceptions, and they're not a truthful people. This is why the people have lost trust a confidence in this party, and that's why the Jamaica Lion Party is tanking the sentiments of the people as departed from them. They're in their political last days, drowned men hanging on to straw, trying to survive, because the people has come to the realization that this Jamaica Lion Party cannot be trusted. If the head of the government failed to tell the people the truth, then the whole entire Jamaica Labour Party will not tell the people the truth. And that is so true, because withholding, credible information, they didn't want to do the 4-lane highway. They didn't want to build a highway to begin. I'm wondering what was what was Audley Shaw's purpose for not wanting to go forward with the blueprint that was given to them. Did they plan to take the money and use it for something else? These are things that, how much of the money did it cost them? How much did they spend? So these things need to be looked into, because you cannot trust this government with resources from foreign investors, foreign governments, taxpayers. I mean, the evidence is wide and clear that they are guilty of misappropriations of funds, mismanagements of funds, financial irregularities of taxpayers' funds. And so, I'm glad that we're revealing this to the people tonight of St. Thomas and Portland, to know that this government, who takes pride in bragging, and that's all they do, never wanted to go forward with this initiative from Mama P. This initiative was the People's National Party baby, and I'm going to leave it right there. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor Ricky, to point out that and let them know, right, as it relates to the People's National Party and Portia Simpson, right, as it relates to the love, right, pouring out to both St. Thomas and Portland, right, where Portia Simpson, the People's National Party, wanted to develop the area, but yet Jamaica Labour Party opposed that as it relates to Audley Shaw. He was the Minister of Finance, right, and he was really having problem in terms of questioning why, right, that we are going to spend X amount of money in terms of highway and so forth, right? He did not agree with it, didn't want it, right, as it relates to him representing the Jamaica Labour Party. And then Portia Simpson have to now get into Parliament, you understand, and actually beg, you understand, for Andrew Holness to carry out, you understand, certain policy that Portia Simpson-led government installed for the development as it relates to St. Thomas. And now here what you have. Here you have James Roberts, right, as it relates to the political campaigning, right, spinning the lies to the people. And this is it. When you have these sort of political representative, right, venture into the politics, right, and want to spin the wheel with lies, telling lies to the people. It is unfair to the people who want political representation. Now, let me just bring in Melting Pot right away in the space. Melting Pot, big up yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to walk on track, because, boy, I mean, I tell you, I have to work upon the thing here.
Sound good.
But anyhow, sound good now. Yeah, anyhow, we know this party, is a party we always, rely upon propaganda. Because them not working, It's not a working party for the people, It's a working party for the PSOJ, the big boys, the capitalists, the CIA. That's where them future lies, not with the people in the country. But just looking at the landscape of the politics in Jamaica, from the time when it resonated, The People's National Party was founded in 1938 by the late, great Norman Washington Manley. All right? And, the first elect, that was the 1944 election. Them lose that.
Yes.
And the party remained in opposition for 17 consecutive years.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
When the PMP win election was 1959. All right?
Yes.
1959, Sir Norman Washington become the first and only premier statesman of Jamaica, because 1962 we go into the era of independence.
Yes.
Now our election was called 1962, and the GLP win again. And them win with a majority at 26 seats out of 45, because the first time, previously it was 32 seats, you know, that make up the parliament.
Yes.
And when the PMP them win in 1959, them upgraded to 42, and them carry on again for a further 10 years till 1972 when Joshua Michael Manley win.
Yeah.
So without even going through the analysis, we just want the people them know, say, 87 years worth of politics in Jamaica, and the Labour Party have over 54 years where them remain as ruling government, but them do nothing for the country over the 54 years. You understand?
Yes.
So at the People's National Party, at the pulling power party in Jamaica for the massive. That's the party where the massive can count and rely upon to get them life moving in a sensible direction, where them can put food on them table, send them kids to school, and live a decent life. Because as Michael Mann, the project, and bring them from the hillside and give them the level land for farm. Because I care for the people. So the working party that have the most infrastructure plan and development has always been the People's National Party. Because as I said, out of 87 years, them rule for 54 years. So you know, I'm 33 years, you know.
Yes.
What a People's National Party governance Jamaica benefit from. But at the best where people life have a outlook on it where, you know, people them can feed themselves and take care of themselves in a more sustainable way. So the PR with them are come with, you know, we are going to rub it out tonight, Ron, you know. Because remember, you know, them never do nothing for St. Thomas in them period of time, there, you know. Them neglect the East. St. Thomas was the forgotten parish. I remember, you know, St. Thomas was, you know, enlarging because you used to have another place out named St. David, you know, and then merge them together and call it and put it as one and call it St. Thomas.
Yes.
But it was a split parish in the Cornwall days. It was St. David. Right. So we know all of these things. And this is why we can come and sit here and on the platform and bring facts to the people. Because history will show you the direction where the political party them has performed and who has non-performed. The People's National Party is the working party for the local people. The Jamaica Lion Party, as Pastor Ricky rightly, you know, outlined them as, is the party that works for the capitalists.
Yes.
Yeah. The CIA and the PSOJ. That's how we them prioritize within. So we know PMP orchestrate the blueprint them for road development and highway infrastructure in Jamaica. Yeah. Because that come through the initiative, you know. And the deal with China, ABA.
Exactly.
And the blueprint was there. And as Pastor Ricky rightly said, and we know that it should be a 4-lane highway out of the east. But them did a problem as it relates to the amount of money where to the cost to really put on a proper road where I stood the test of time.
Yes.
Because they don't really want to spend on the development of the infrastructure of Jamaica. This part party is a shopping party. Why you go waste over 500 million US to build road when our pocket need it? Make we chop it and trim it down.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
This parish never used to nothing good enough. We neglect it for much years. Government. Yeah, them neglect this. You understand? And in so doing, St. Thomas and Portland suffer from neglection. You understand? So when the People's National Party, come out with a great development plan for the East by putting a very major infrastructure, because the road is a great infrastructure for development.
Yes.
Because remember, I know that a part of the foundation to build any community. Road, water, and electricity. But you need the road to get in to begin with. So that was a transformation where the People's National Party have for the East that was neglected. Yeah, for so much years. And the only thing where you see them do is go out there and rob the people, them take away all 1,500 acre land, all them type of thing there. Yeah, take away the people, them little livelihood where them start up. The eco-friendly tourism thing. Yeah, them no want the people them have nothing. So St. Thomas people, when we will come out there, and I come with him PR, remember this man is not credible, you know. This man is the man will take away how much million barrel of oil from Petrojam, you know. You understand? And have the audacity to send soldier go dive to see if them can find any leakage. This is how him take Jamaican people for stupidity. Because if you have so much barrel of oil a leak out, the whole of Kingston Harbor, you can't stay from up a space and see the oil spill.
Yes.
Yeah, but him waste taxpayers' money and endanger divers' life to go dive to find where the oil leak from. But the oil leak in a film territory, because the whole of them have gas station. And who them supply to them friend, they make the money and wealthy themselves. So him name Andrew Wealthy, you know, not weekly. Wealthy. Very wealthy. So you see him do, him leave politics. Yeah, the 18th of March, 2022. So him never come out to come say nothing.
Exactly.
If he just go and go, you know, resigning himself to one corner and just think about what him do to Jamaica and Petrojam. You understand? Them man never come, nowhere come talk to nobody.
Exactly.
And these are the things we are talking about. This honorable people come talk to no citizen in Jamaica. People where you know say them fingers sticky. Nothing talk to nobody in Jamaica again.
All right.
Yeah.
So Wheatley, you need to go one side, go sit down, man.
Go one side.
You understand? Because remember, I know, when we come in at them space, I know, me, and Mystic, alongside the lovely wife, Anne-Marie, we not come here to play with people and politics.
Yes.
We come here to educate the people, them.
Here you go.
Where the politics is concerned. At times, Jamaican people know say the Jamaica Labour Party has been in office for over 54 years out of the 87 years that Jamaica start to engage in a politics. And they have done nothing but destroy the country and life.
Nothing but destroy the country.
All them do is make sure no say the big boys are wealthy and
the 1%.
Comfortable.
1%.
You understand?
Yes.
So when this regime, well, I know percent them, man. Them now have nothing in percent about them anymore, man. That rub off of them like when you write on blackboard with chalk and teacher use a duster and remove it. Them now have nothing about them, man.
Yeah.
And the worst government in the entire world, right? The worst on the Taliban, you know. Can't these Taliban care for them normal citizens, you know. The government does not care for poor people, none at all.
None at all. None at all.
Just about wealth and amassing, you know, an enormous amount of wealth.
Yes.
So we have to come and make we can know, say, try Try and tell the people them where they do with all the barrel of oil them. Where you take her from down a Petrojam. But you can't tell St. Thomas people nothing. You can't go there go endorse the body we are run because that person they are going worse than you if they make you become the mentor, you know. Because there's nothing good about you.
And
nothing good about you. You understand?
The people know the truth now. You understand? So he's not going to get anywhere where that is concerned.
Yeah. Sir Byron, can I just add one more 30 seconds more of powerful information?
All right, go ahead.
So within the last 20 years, as it relates to the balance of power between the People's National Party and the JLP reigned for 13 years and we reigned for 7 years, the last 20 years. Now, within the last 10 years of the balance of power, they've been in office for 9 years as the ruling government, reigning for 9 years, and we reigned 1 year within the last, which is 2015. From 2015 to 2025 is 10 years. So when you look at 13 plus 9 is what? 22, and 7 plus 1 is 8. So over the last 20 years, they have been the ruling government for 22 years, but yet this criminal, diabolic, professional liar, pathological liar prime minister is going to put the blame on the People's National Party for the deplorable conditions of the road, when out of the last 20 years, the JLP party, Lion Party, has been in the reigning government for 13 and 22 years. Yeah. 20 years, 13 years, excuse me, and 10 years, 9 years. So when you put all of that together, they've been since 20, when we came out of office, 2007, right? So from 2007 till today, they've been in office for 22 years.
All right.
And yet the roads are so deplorable, and they have
2016.
Right, but I'm going back to when Bruce Golding took over.
2016, Pastor Ricky.
Yeah.
All right.
So I just wanted to add
Bruce
that to the
Golding
road
took over
situation.
in 2007.
All right.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that input, Pastor Ricky. So let me come in now in terms of digging deep in the Jamaica Labour Party corruption that I'm going to expose tonight. For DPP, Paula Lovely, sit tight. I'm telling you, sit tight. We talk about truth and reconciliation. Now let me kick back and expose certain things as it relates to Nigel Clark, the DPP, and Paula Lovely. Well, the DPP is Paula Lovely. Nigel Clark, Andrew Wallace, and Paula Lovely. Truth and reconciliation. Now, when you look on what had happened in SSN, I want to wake up Jamaica that what Big Mama is doing is to sow the seed of destruction, not wanting us to discuss SSN, not wanting us to discuss Andrew Onet's statutory declaration, unable to certify. And so then the seed of destruction is now sowing by the head cook buckle washer of the political machinery of Jamaica Labour Party, which is Big Mama. But why Big Mama is doing this? Big Mama is doing this because Big Mama is in a conundrum. Big Mama knew very well that he owed the government revenues. And so then the government, the current government, the incumbent government, right, doesn't believe in paying taxes because of the examples that the Prime Minister set. Remember the Prime Minister? He's the one leading the country and ought to lead by example. And anything what the Prime Minister done, you understand, we are going to use that as it relates to describing his government, because we ought to do that. The Prime Minister himself stated that people are to, call out the things that's wrong with the government when they see it and should not tolerate certain behavior from the government. The Prime Minister had said that we need to do that, and this is what we are doing. So we need a truth and reconciliation. A truth and reconciliation. Now let me say this, people. Where am I going here? Is the vicious lies that Nigel Clark told Jamaican people. Let me just bring you back to reality as it relates to more than $4 billion of investors' money being captured by the corruptors. They know themselves. Stole the people's money. So let us ask the question. Have we ever seen this pattern before? Yes. The 1995 financial meltdown. Who involved? Who was involved? Truth and reconciliation tonight. Where does due cross carry fits in all of that? Let us talk about MO, modus operandi, the behavior of a criminal, consistent behavior of a criminal when we see the pattern. So I'm teaching my Jamaican people. So here it is that you cross-carry caught up with Paul Cheng Young, and you cross-carry hiding the assets for Paul Cheng Young while he was in court dealing with all of this debacle. He was saying, Paul Cheng Young was saying, you cross-carry, hide these properties. You cross-carry, hide 19 properties in Florida for Paul Cheng Young. Let us peel back the onions, people. Let us peel back the onion. Let us ask a question. Who had given you cross-carry a license to operate? Jamaica Labour Party. Who had known the history of you cross-carry? Caught up in the 1995 financial meltdown. Hold on. Now, PSOJ, seen you silent on the matter, but I'm going to touch it tonight. Now, as it relates to many institutions within the PSOJ, that the government has been given write-off, yes, where we have seen Big Mama had gotten 10 write-off, and you wonder why. You wonder why. We are going to bring the mix together. So then the PSAJ is going to defend Andrew Warnes. Andrew Warnes makes sure that Nigel Clark and Dan Webby is on the PSOJ committee. People want to see the thing, you know. Want to see it. So then if Nigel Clark, Dan Webby, and Peter Kidd, and all these people who support the Jamaica Labour Party and who they are the Jamaica Labour Party, now you would understand the silence of the PSOJ. Why would the PSOJ, right, comes out on themselves? Why should they investigate themselves? Because they mix up in the conundrum. And then what? It's on the committee of the PSOJ. Am I lying? Talk to me, people. Am I lying? Where am I going? So when we have the SSL situation, and the SSL used as a particular funding machine for the Jamaica Labour Party campaign, it's okay. So then, SSL will have to be protected because it is a medium that fund the Jamaica Labour Party campaign. And with the conspiracy of them and those who on the mission to enrich themselves. So then, very easy for Nigel Clark as it relates to the financial sector, sector, right? That when they do their audit, Nigel Clark would have looked left to say he did not receive the report. The report was telling him that SSL was misappropriating investors' fund. Did Nigel Clark stop it? No, he didn't stop it. Nigel Clark, where am I going? Nigel Clark lied to us about FBI investigators. I'm going to get to the point. Nigel Clark lied to us about FBI investigating and so forth and so forth. Now we know today that that is a lie. Not only that, Nigel Clark, right, had claimed that, okay, he's going outside to get an independent auditor, which is called a forensic auditor, to come and investigate. And he will present the truth, the facts. Now we have seen that Nigel Clark is not in the space enough. And we have seen that, of course, Nigel Clark left the situation as it relates to a budget shortfall that he cannot fix. And he didn't fix. Am I lying? Am I lying, Jamaica? Did Nigel Clark fix the budget shortfall? So when we investigate, we realize that the budget shortfall is now relating to some corporate taxes that have not been collected, and as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party government, you understand, giving some of these people right off, including several of the hotel in the hotel industry. Am I lying? No. No. Let us get back into SSL. So then when we see that Nigel Clark got up in Parliament and deceived the Jamaican people in saying that many of the investors in the SSL saga, the debacle of SSL, had gotten back their money. A careless lie that Nigel Clark told the Jamaican people that many of the investors had gotten back their money. Serious and careless lie to the Jamaican people. Now let me show evidence number one. Because evidence number one is going to tell you that one of the persons who had been robbed, depleted of his money, you want to think that the government, knowing to the fact that you have an icon like Boyd involved, you don't want to clear it. So that, okay, Jamaica, it don't look too bad that you are stealing from our icon. To show that Nigel Clark is a careless liar. Now let us bring up this evidence, right? Now, let me get to the evidence where it is concerned. Let us get to the evidence as it concerns number 3. Our today, 1 year later, Usain Bolt has none. got back his money. Let us show Jamaican people. We are going to get there. We are going to show the vicious lie. Here it is. January 11th, see the date, people. There's a date. January 11th, 2024. 1 year later, Usain Bolt, SSL funds still missing. We have Nigel Clark, who went in Parliament and said that most of the SSL investors had gotten back their money. Vicious lie. Here it is, people. Jamaican sprint legend Usain Bolt says he's staying strong despite it being a year since he discovered that millions of dollars have been missing from his investment account with Stocks and Security Limited, which are yet to be recovered. Bolt, in a video on Thursday, January 11th, said, "Yo, peeps, so it has been 1 year. Here one, here no. The year just start. Just want to know, say, me there I fight the fight. Still I hold on. Always I go stay strong. You know how the country youths do it. To all the people who did support me, continue support. And nothing but love, all right? According to reports, Bolt account with the investment firm was at balance of 12.75 million up to October 31st, 2022. However, in January of last year, the account was discovered to have been mysteriously depleted to only $12,000. Take that away. Let me expose the Jamaica Labour Party in testing. Give me away, people. Let me expose the Jamaica Labour Party in testing. Now watch this. Now, since we hear that from Bolt, now look what Nigel Clark did. Bring up the consolidated update. Show the lies. The vicious lies. Vicious lies. So then I am wondering. How many persons in the Jamaica Labour Party get benefit from SSL? It is not Andrew Warnes alone. I'm also asking if the DPP parallel was in SSL. If Nigel was in SSL, how many GLP member of parliament were in SSL? And how much of them benefited from people of Jamaica? You know that my question is appropriate in terms of asking. Now, look at this. Look at this vicious lie, clearly stated by Nigel Clark, consolidated, updated. Look at this vicious lie. Hear people for yourself. For eyes to witness, consolidated update on SSL. Here it is, people. Here it is. The fraud at Stocks and Security Limited is of public interest. The Financial Investigation Division has reported that the fraudulent schemes are now estimated to have affected over 200 accounts, and the extent of the fraud exceeds $3 billion in value. Now it is now known at current that over $5 billion. SSL was about equal management firm with assets that represent approximately 0.6 of consolidated financial sector assets. At the time the fraud came to public attention, SSL had custody of approximately 30 billion of client assets as a part of SSL off-balance sheet portfolio. Let us go down to some things here, what Nigel Clark said. Let us look on transfer of local security. Transfer began. This is a wicked lie that Nigel Clark had told the Jamaican people. Nigel Clark, you have no heart, you have no conscience to concoct a lie like this and sell it to the Jamaican people. You are vicious, you are wicked, you are cruel. 2.2, transfer of local securities. Transfer began in September And as of April 16, 2024, knowing what you are saying here, Nigel Clark, you are lying. Bulletin point number 1, 1,230 clients accounts totaling approximately 15.37 billion of local equity and fixed income securities were transferred to accounts specified by these clients. Nigel Clark, you know that you lie. You know that this is a lie. Bulletin point number 2, Jamaican dollar cash of approximately 665 million for 338 clients has been paid over to these clients. Nigel Clark, bulletin point number 2, you know you lie. Bulletin point number 3, therefore a total of 16.35 billion in approximately 70% of Jamaican dollar denominated assets held in SSL off-balance sheet portfolio have now been transferred to client. Then Nigel Clark, you know that this is a vicious lie. For the remaining Jamaican dollar securities totaling 7.6 billion in value, the temporary manager is pursuing an agreement with a trust company for the en-bloc transfer of these remaining Jamaican dollar assets, which will be held by the trust company, right in custody of the clients. More details will be provided once the agreement is finalized. SSL continues to process requests to transfer available cash balance. Clients are required to submit their requests, including payment detail, to the service team. You are such a wicked person, Nigel. Extremely wicked. Let us go down to the investigation. Not wasting any time. 4.0, SSL investigation. Liar Nigel Clark. As I mentioned in my opening budget presentation in March 2023 and again in March 2024, with respect to the investigation into SSL, the policy position of the government is that we will make available whatever resources are required to ensure a thorough, fair, complete, and independent investigation. We will also leave no stone unturned, follow the evidence where it may lead, and seek international assistance. You never do this. You make every effort to cover and protect Andrew Willis. Nigel Clark, you made every effort and every attempt to protect Andrew Willis and those who are involved in SSL. Andrew Willis-led government, Andrew Willis administration allowed SSL to leave Jamaica, allowed Hugh Croskery to lift up from Jamaica, leave Jamaica without interrogating Hugh Croskery. Why the Jamaican Labour Party has not, as we speak, has not interrogate Hugh Croskery? Even on the evidence, even on the statement of Jeannette Calder, said she was coerced by Hugh Croskery. And their evidence goes to show that Hugh Croskery had involved in the 1995 financial meltdown. And yet, having that experience of the 1995 financial meltdown, having the experience that Hugh Croskery had hidden 19 property for Paul Cheng Young, the police see it fit, Mocha see it fit not to investigate. But yet, Mocha is investigating the municipal of St. Catherine, which is a nothing burger. You tell me, people, tell me, Jamaican people, how can this be ever fair? When Mocha find interest to investigate St. Catherine Municipal and don't have any interest to investigate SSL, in spite of Jeannette Calder said, I was coerced by Hugh Croskery to speak what I had spoken. This is the policy that has been implemented. As previously updated, Crawl Associate UK Limited, a renowned international investigations firm, was engaged to undertake an independent forensic audit to understand the facts relating to the fraud perpetrated at Stacks and Security Limited over the period 2010 to 2023. The company was selected because it did not have any connection in Jamaica and because its vast experience, given the complexity of the matter, the volume of the transaction, the number of accounts held by the client, and the number of bank accounts held by the SSL network of companies. The core team, working with the support of the government agencies, including the FID and FSC, utilize technology, data analytics, and forensic expertise to produce a comprehensive and independent report of its findings in November 2023. The core report has confirmed that the suspected fraudulent activity and mismanagement at SSL and its related parties were much broader than initially understood. With the benefit of this report, your own investigation, and through collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, the FID has publicly reported that a comprehensive file was submitted to the Office of the Director of the Public Prosecution for the consideration of criminal charges. What did you do with this? What did you do? What did you do with this, Paul? Sit on it. And this is the case that you come back for. So let me ask you a question, Paul. Are you going to rule on this and said, statute of limitation? Is this what you are waiting on, Paul, to speak on it in saying statute of limitation to get off Andrew Holness and the criminal empire that's involved in SSL? Let me ask you, Paul, is this the case that you come back for? Is this the case that is so unfinished? Well, let me tell you something, Paul Llewellyn. The entire Jamaica is anticipating your ruling on this case. So you can go on and to rule in terms of statute of limitation, because it seems like that is what you are waiting on. So the entire Jamaica, Paul Llewellyn, is waiting on you. 5.0 Financial Service Commission versus Tax and Security Limited. Right? It's a shame and disgrace. Take it away. So let me prove my point in the next report. Right? Let me prove my point in the next report. Now, look at these people. Tough luck. Yes, Pastor Ricky, I don't bring you in, but I build up the background.
Yeah, man, take your time.
Tough luck. Let us get into that document and show the Jamaican people. As it relates to the empire, this criminal empire. Yeah. Look at this, people. As it relates to what Nigel Clark came out and said, so many people in SSL, so many investors have gotten back their money. Now this is the truth. Here's the truth revealed. Trustee report reveals SSL victims have limited recovery. Remember, you know, I showed the document where Nigel Clark is talking over 70%. Now watch this out, people. Victims of the alleged fraud that took place at Staff and Security Limited SSL are likely to see next to no recovery of their money. See the people, see the evidence there? According to a recently filed trustee report, which estimated 4 billion in losses for under 300 clients' account. Take it away, honey. Take it away. No one is showing the evidence. I'm only proving my point of facts as it relates to what Nigel Clark stated. And we are now an auditing done and sure that there's nobody get back any money. Now let us get into the DPP as it relates to the case that was sent to her. Now, without any delay, when I read out this, now I bring in the panel. DPP Llewellyn Clark traded words with Golden and SSL fraud. Look what happened. They're talking about the chronological sequence. So Big Mama wants us, right, to be distracted. We are not going to be distracted, Big Mama. March 24, 2024, mid a clash of words between opposition leader Mark Golden and Finance and the Public Service Minister Dr. Nigel Clark over the perceived slow pace of the ongoing probe into the SSL multi-billion-dollar fraud at Stocks and Security Limited. Why it is slowing up? Because the DPP want to use statute of limitation. Director of Public Prosecution, Paula Llewellyn, has said her office cannot sacrifice accuracy on the altar of expediency. But like how you said that, or you do that in a vibes cartel case. You have done this in vibes cartel case. Right? You never go through due process. No, in fact, Llewellyn said her office reserves the right to make an independent assessment of the case in a timely matter. Take all the time where you want to take, DP. Take all the time where you want to take. She underscored in a statement on Friday that her office is still awaiting outstanding documents from the Financial Investigation Division. Right? Now, let me ask you a question, DPP. I showed you into a seminar where you said that you don't have the expertise in financial crime, and financial crime is not your cup of tea. You said give you the run of mill as it relates to the regular number 3 and those. Then no, since you don't have the expertise, right, as it relates to financial crime, right? No, the expertise as it relates to fraud, the financial expertise, done their job and give you the report. Now you're asking if you need a report, right? Did you give them by which time that if you don't get the report, you are going to proceed? No, you didn't do that. Therefore, it cannot make a ruling in the cases of this nature without the file being completed. I want the whole world to see this, your biasness, and what you come back for. That's why Mystic Sensation is exposing you, Paula Llewellyn, that the case that you come back for is the SSL case. You come to clean it up, Paula Llewellyn. But as I said to you, Paula Llewellyn, that the entire Jamaica is anticipating your ruling in this matter. Though we understand and share concerns of all well-thinking members of the public to hold criminal offenders to account in financial crimes, we cannot sacrifice accuracy and quality preparation on the altar of expediency, declared Paula Llewellyn. But you do it in a vice cartel case too. Even when you have learned about the tamper jury, you say, make it go on, judge. Make it go on, judge. You never care about quality preparation. Eh? You never care about quality preparation. You say, make it go on. You learn about the tamper jury. You say, make it go on. Eh? But here now, when it comes to prosecute, you understand your friend, your political friend. No. Right? You want to know, deal with accuracy and quality preparation. Sorry for you, Paula Llewellyn. Sorry for you. Comments follow the accusation by holding that the DPP's office has been dragging its feet on the case, and Mark Golden is right. Take it away. Without any delay, let me just punch Melting Pot right in the space. Come in, Melting Pot.
Yeah, Byron, Pastor Ricky. Yeah, one thing we just want Paula Llewellyn know. Make sure you don't ever use the word statute of limitation again as it relates to no key.
It's frozen.
Frozen again. I want to say. All right, Pastor Ricky, take over the mission until Melting Pot fix thing.
Yeah. This is what you would call the art of the steal. The art of the steal. This is the great steal.
Under no circumstance we want to hear the word $1 billion scandal. And you're working.
All right.
Yeah, come through, good Byron.
It's going in and out. I don't know.
You're frozen just now, but you're back now, so you can continue talking and let's see what happens.
All right.
Might want to use your phone instead of the computer.
Let me bring in Pastor Ricky in the meantime. Yes, American point. Pastor Ricky, go ahead.
Okay, this is what you would call the art of the steal. This is the great.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what you'd call the art of the steal. This is the great steal in the history of Jamaica. This is bigger than the FinSat meltdown, the battle. This involves defrauding investors and plus government entity or agency like NHT was an investor into this Ponzi scheme, which means they were using taxpayers' money. So this include investors, taxpayers of Jamaica. So if she comes back and her goal and objective is to run out the clock or to kill this investigation, this will bring on her universal backlash around the world because it involves an iconic legend sprinter that put Jamaica track and field back on the map. If you recall when this first was exposed and we learned that Bolt lost $12 million, the sympathy and the empathy, the compassion that millions of people that heard about this had for him all over the world, including in the United States and other countries like Canada and England and other Caribbean islands. So Chuck, the justice minister has been fighting to bring her back, and that's why they launched an appeal to get the courts to, reinstate her because her tenure was null and void by the Supreme Court. And so if this was the ultimate objective to bring her back, and I'm saying it if meaning that, it could be one of the main reasons, not the only reason why, but if this was one of the reasons why they bring her back, if she touched this case and tried to bury it, get rid of it, whatever she tried to do with this case is going to shine the spot. We know she's corrupt, but this is going to magnify on her that she's even more corrupt than we thought. And I think this case is going to land her and a lot of people in prison, including the criminal prime minister. He was a shareholder in SSL. So Paul Cheng Young and Associates, which include, like you eloquently said, Hugh Krosky, Don Crawford, Lee Chin, and all of them were part of the original Paul Young and Associate. And that flop failed, and them rebrand it, refurbish it, and reestablish it into this Ponzi scheme. Over 200 of their investors' accounts, excuse me. And so this steal that they have stolen so much money, as Nigel Clark needs to come back and be in handcuffs as soon. I don't know if the IMF vetted this guy or they might reward him for the destroy Jamaica economy, but he needs to come back and he needs to hold his hand up in the air and swear on an oath in the courtroom settings, and he needs to tell the truth because he lied to the Jamaican people, he lied to the investors, and he lied to the whole entire international world when he said that everybody will get back their money that they invested into this Ponzi scheme, when he claimed that the FBI will come and investigate, when he claimed that he needed to pay the workers to keep the computers up and running so that they can get to the closure and the bottom line of this investigation. And so he left with everything unresolved. And so now it's up to the corrupt DPP to finish off what he did not finish. The criminal prime minister needs to release the Kroll reports. The investigators from the UK that came and investigate SSL, where is the Kroll report? For a long time, everybody has said, release FinSoc report. And then they release some of the transcript, not the whole report, but some transcript when them read that people names out of it. But nevertheless, we need to see the Kroll report. It needs to be released to the public. And this is an issue that we need to beat them on. Every blogger needs to talk about this. The Kroll report is the UK investigators that came to Jamaica to investigate the SSL scandal. The criminal prime minister was a shareholder in SSL, and no way this corrupt DPP is going to protect him. If she tried to protect him, I guarantee she's going to go to prison too. And at her age, she can't deal with prison. So she better step aside, leave this alone, and just dance around the raindrops and retire peacefully and quietly. Because this is a great steal from the people of Jamaica. NHT, as I said before, is involved in the SSL investment Ponzi scheme. And we know NHT, people pay taxes that work in Jamaica into the National Housing Trust. And so if they put the Housing Trust taxpayers' money to invest it in this Ponzi scheme, that means a lot of people in Jamaica who paid into SSL has been defrauded. And so MOCA is compromised. And, you know, I respect law enforcement. I have families, Walipa friends, ministers, pastors that work in law enforcement. I have friends in the JCF right now. I have friends who are former JCF members. And MOCA is compromised because this is the greatest steal ever happened in the history of Jamaica. And yet they have failed miserable to even launch an investigation to get to the bottom of it. And yet them use this poor Jean Panton as the scapegoat to carry the burden of this. And with the layers and how this thing is set up, there's no way she could have stole from 200 accounts from SSL because she don't have the final say to write off on these money and investment. So welcome back, Melting Pot, and I turn it back over to you.
All right, Melting Pot. Yes, you're on.
Yes, you know, as we were saying all along, Paula Lewin, we're watching you keenly because we know your mode of operandi, you know, where you like to run out the clock and then dash out the case them. But SSL case is a case where the country wastes a lot of money to get overseas investigator. Millions of dollars spent on that process. I was supposed to get reward for that. So when we hear you saying you wait for more documents to come on your desk, remember the investigation conclude and all documents were submitted. And it's for you for just put your hand on the document and set a date for the hearing. But you refuse because you've been, you know, under command from Andrew Wallace as to how to proceed with the SSL saga. Because the SSL saga on a local criminal activity, you know, a high official criminal activity. This not belong down at the ghetto. Uptown criminality this. And you are protecting the uptown criminals because you're a part of them. Them employers are protected, not a DPP, you know. And we know that for a fact. You understand? That is your role to protect this regime, not the public interest. You don't have that in your hand and your heart. Yeah, because the public can offer you and bribe you the millions of dollars. You understand? Yeah, because your wages, you know. You know, work, so you forget wages. It's a bribe package you depend. Because you're not working. How many cases have you successfully accomplished throughout your tenure? I remember, you know, you get extension twice. But your result is very shabby. You got a privy council and you lost. You never win anything at privy council. But I swear this government want to, you know, acknowledge you like you're the best thing since sliced bread. No, we can't have that as part of our justice system in the country. With a shabby DPP, a corrupted DPP, a buyout DPP, and a scandalous DPP. Because when you run out the clock, that is a scandalous affair. That is a scandalous atrocity and a scandalous shame for run out the clock. So we want to know why you pursue for remaining at the office. Why you tell the people them, because you couldn't make a team, you know, with your performance, you know. No captain no want you. So it's surprising when Andrew Wallace want you. What is the reason for you to be still holding down the DPP office when your performance and your track record speak otherwise? So we are watching and running out the clock this time with the SSL saga. Because remember, you know, fire there must steal them think a cool breeze.
Remember me tell you?
When I'm one thing I go tell you, say Marky G now blowing up cool breeze around here. A fire. So you can understand from where melting pot coming from. It won't be the blaze of fire like Evelyn Tide, you know.
Plus Holy Ghost fire too.
It will be fire as it regard to justice being served.
Exactly.
And people being held accountable and put in a rightful place in a society. And that place can only be prison. You are working for a prison sentence.
That's right.
No 2 years about it. You understand? Because right now, if them try you on certain case, you're going to prison, you know. Because remember, you know, Dan Creary.
Yes.
Had 2 rape charges that he got off very, very lightly. And it was because of your handiwork. Your handiwork, why him got off lightly. You understand? Because remember, you know, under the PMP government, you know, him get arrested.
Yes.
But as you know, come in, you know, because Mama P time did that finish up at the time. As you know, take office, you know, the charge them drop against him and he's a free man. But when we look after that, we see up in business place, up turn it around and push it back in and all type of things. So we have asked, oh, a man will come in front of you twice for rape case. We get her at the rape case.
And she gonna party with them.
But you are partying at the man place. You understand? No, in any real democracy country, you know, you lose your job immediately that video comes to light, you know. Say you that Dan Creary place, you know. So, but we're glad you show your true colors.
Exactly.
You understand? And remember, you know, you never know that video they never release. And out there in the space. But when time the eagle fly and the Secret Service in, you know, everything revealed, you know. Yes, so we know say Dan Creary accomplice. We know say butter rub on your mouth and your bread and your hand in a theme thing. Because 13-year-old, you know, that cannot give consent to sexual activities, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. That at the time was sexually assault. But 4 years when she was 17, she said she not bother with the case. And at the first place, remember, you know, some of the reports say she was 15. Can't even hide her age. But through procedural documental work, I forgot, it reveals that she was 13. Can't like for fabricate the cases them. That's why we know say the cases them are cases we're supposed to result come for the victim. You understand? Not the accused. But in this cases, the victim them now get no result. And a strict 5 administration, who she choose to keep them in a, you know, public space and make them look like them a normal citizen. And who she wants, she send them to prison, such as Ninja Man, Cartel, and some other more ghetto youth. When you come from down at the ghetto, you know, no Latin part with Strike 5. So Strike 5, we are watch you. And the police them, remember, say, Moko, yeah? Uno na do phone work, you know, either, you know. Because from Jean and Pantan come out and make it publicly known, say, she was coerced to put out the statement by you Cross Creek. Right away, you're not supposed to find you Cross Creek anywhere in there and proceed with a thorough investigation. But you Cross Creek gone abroad and this woman still in her incarceration. For what I don't know. Because you're so daft and stupid that you can't realize that she can't move that amount of money. Which part of the world she have it to tell me? Because you have her down say she move the money, you know. As she bring down the 1,000 hard customer where SSL did have on them books. This one woman, Jean Pantan, as she do it. You can't find her, she have the money. You never go in at the luxurious apartment where she own and search all of the apartment them in that complex. Because she don't have it in a fair one, you know. Chances are somebody might have it there. But you don't know a lie, you not tell from the woman. You don't know. So now always I run out with some fictitious report, yeah, and slander the little ordinary people them, draw them name through all type of muddy water and some gutter just to suit on yourself. Strike 5. All of them things are upon your hand. And all them high official with in a mocha won't get to look at sliced bread through the back door. Yeah. Remember time I come when it have a reveal, you know. Because the whole not take bribe, you know. Because remember Mocha supposed to be the arm like the FBI, you know.
Yep.
You understand? But you not work like them, it's supposed to be like Scotland Yard. You not work like them. Some you don't understand where to get this title Mocha for. You don't must be Mocha. You don't must be Mocha, man. You know Mocha.
Our Coco.
You don't understand because this agency is a non-performing agency in Jamaica when it comes to solving crime and them type of thing there. You know, fraud and all these things. Yeah, we see them run go for Royal Reed place, you know, spend 7 hours up there. We are seeing taxpayers' money. Having coffee and champagne and playing Ludi and Domino and draft and come out back with 2 little something like them, man. We have to Royal Reed. Nothing. Because Royal Reed aligned and attached to the regime party. And we have said them thing have to stop. We can't have this thing carrying on in Jamaica life every day. Jamaica want to free up itself from corruption now, man.
True, man.
Jamaica used to be a place of breath of fresh air. Yeah. Where love and peace was the order of the day. And Michael Joshua Manley. The man that bring peace and love to Jamaica. And what we soon take Jamaica and do with Jamaica is a goddamn disgrace. Yeah? Goddamn disgrace, you know. Because every big man now a drugs pusher, all type of thing them a do. Them a itis, them a all type of thing. You understand? But what a coincidence, if the same Dan Query name now I call up. You understand? I work with him. Gone, you know. Him not there no more we do, you know. Him gone.
You ever see that?
While on the job, he was taken out of his workplace into the car park adjacent to his workplace, murdered by Dan Query, Moonlight security personnel. bodyguard, so to speak, because it is said that the young man is alleged to have stolen liquor. Then, Dan Query, your hard-working worker, where you endorse as a hard-working employee to you. Or him lose him life over liquor, where you say him allegedly stolen, because you never find him with none, you know. And you must have security the camera, so you could approve. Yeah, so we want to see how that camera there what take place with that you there. Because your name call up on too much thing in a Dan Query. But you know you have straight 5 to back you. That's why I want to be upset. See if you don't know have real DPP to face something, you don't have behave on yourself, you know. That's why we know straight 5 for go prison. A straight 5 make Jamaica reach with crime and corruption.
No joke.
Because she have back it 150%. You understand? And straight 5, the people is against you in Jamaica. And you're supposed to know that by now. Because you whole and mash up and depleted. But you still want to see them as DPP. That's crappy if you go by now, man. Yeah, you coming like some car where we used to see when we don't see them no more. Some car when you prefect and all them mini Morrison and them. You know, they on road against straight 5, man. Go scrap it now, man. You go scrap it. But you see, like how you refuse to go scrap it, we are going to dry in a dark place where you don't see the day of sunlight. Because you deserve it 150% for the behind bars. You're too corrupted. How you make them money and can't go out with all them kind of foolishness and kill out to get to you them. Because them have people like you, straight 5, to back them, support them and get them off of them crime. Because right, when we look at that circumstance there, you know, a straight murder the youth there. Yeah? And them youth there, where them come from, a place where me used to there. So, because me a man means for everybody, you know. Yeah. Me move in every community in Jamaica. Everywhere me go, when me there at Jamaica. Fleet Street, yeah, man, I'm a place, man. Yeah. You understand? Raytown, same way. You understand? Yeah, so we love the youth them down there. And we love the people them from them places there. And when uno and the society friend mash up the ghetto youth them, we not go stay and support it, you know. Because we want justice for the family. Jeremy and Richard, we want justice for him. Him have to get justice. So make sure no clean up the camera, you know, up at the place, you know. I can't tell about no have none of the car parking lot, you know. Next door, no. Because I know no one run out and say, boy, none of them at the car parking lot. But what is more significant is the fact that a man dead. Basically, I'm workplace him dead. But him dying at the parking lot. No murder him in the parking lot. But him end up on the situation as a body with a name.
Wanted the Kroll report.
The Kroll report? Well, that's a part of something we struck 5 for the prison for 2. because remember that the pan her desk, you know. But she said she need more. More of what? Jamaica have more money to send back. Well, you want now struck 5. Now I'll tell you what you have to tell your boss to do. Since the Kroll report was a report where you can't comprehend with it, tell him to bring in the FBI when Nigel said up on the ground. Maybe you can't understand FBI report. If you can't understand the Kroll report, want to spend millions of dollars for. Yeah? So what happened? Track 5, you know. People might think a joke, you know. You see, if she did do her work good, Jamaica have a different crime rate and corruption rate. And because the man who do these things knows that she is there to back them and protect them.
Exactly.
Because when a youth I work with a known GLP activist, lose him life during the time of the GLP regime with Strict 5 at the helm of the corruption. But him end up at UA as an unknown person. And then now, him next of kingdom don't get no call from the workplace, from the boss, Dan Query. But Dan Query I contact Rosalie, the mayor, the councillor for down there. Eh? Oh, that look. Something I cover up.
Exactly.
So this is what we are talking about. We want truth and conciliation in the country.
See himself.
We need it. And we have to move Strict 5 by all means. And she pay the penalty for all the corruption where she oversee, where she preside over. Because she not preside over case, you know, she preside over corruption. Yeah, just put down on her this one and name corruption. Then that's why she can't go through the Kroll report, man, because that's not corruption. That clean, you know, with facts. Them the mash up Strict 5 head, you know, but just give her corruption. She lap up that.
Yes.
Lap up that, man.
We need to demand the Kroll report.
You know, when you turn call me langy dog and them enjoy it with all some chicken back chop up in it, I saw she lap up corruption, you know. I saw she lap up corruption, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it coming in Strict 5.
We need the Kroll report. Release the Kroll report.
Make you go and hold on it, man. I take a sentence, sorry, no.
But Melting Pot, remember that the Kroll report in completion recommended charges, right, for persons. The DPP overlooked that, right, and I asked them for more information. What happened to those people who had been recommended for charges?
Right.
Right.
No, she don't know them name, man.
That's what I'm saying.
She don't know them name. You know, look like them put some farmer where they call now Spanish. And she can't understand it. But you understand?
We need to demand it.
In English. Some farmer are writing it in her, where she can't comprehend.
Exactly.
And Jamaica biggest problem, you know. That piece of garbage that when you have Strict 5. Because Strict 5 no serve no purpose in Jamaica. Yeah, Strict 5 sit down in our young people position right now. Shall leeches from the country. You understand? And at this so when you have the DPP corrupt, then you must expect the police force to go corrupt, government official to go corrupt, big boys them are going to get corrupt, the judge them are going to get corrupt, everybody are going to corrupt, you know, because the head of the stream dirty. God help down the tributaries below.
But
you understand?
So to Melting Pot, you're 100% right.
We have to deal with Strict 5. We have to make an example out of this mother of all corruption. Because them used to say the GLP scandal a mother of all corruption, you know. The one that from the money for them donate from over from Dutch, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. They call that mother of all corruption. Well, Strict 5 are the mother of all corruption.
Agreed.
Yeah. And it is so bad that fair corruption breed up in Jamaica. When you can deport back the corruption, when you said it come from foreign there. Dutch. That wasn't no corruption. That was just, you know, something that was a protocol in that country that no company can donate outside of them country to a certain amount of money. Yes. You understand? Yeah. But I don't like have to fix no case and to get people off of rape charges and to run out clock on people's statutory declaration time and all these things.
Crazy.
And have people are saying, don't you trouble Zion.
When they are prison.
Crazy.
when man for their prison, man come off a flight and big gathering there airport for greet him singing Don't You Trouble Zion. And the man now Paco Church we know about.
Madness.
The man is not a revivalist. The man claims him a 7 day. Me don't know 7 day deal with them through there.
He was a devil.
So this is how Strike 5 put ourselves in a corruption.
Yeah.
Because remember, you know, Strike 5 bluntly tell everybody said she knows she ugly, you know. And you know God no like ugly people. So I must the devil and Strike 5 asleep and live and drink and all type of thing. So you know Strike 5 evil like and dullness.
Oh man, tell you, don't joke about that.
And the two evil people around the country, you know, Strike 5 and dullness. That's why I can't do no time. Because Strike 5 coming like under shadow, you know. Yeah. So we have to deal with she. No two ways about it. Yeah.
Him seems to get a little happier since she come back. Because prior to that, him kind of low and look dejected and deflated.
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Melting pot. You finish melting pot?
No, one more thing I want to say in closing on this paragraph over there. Yeah. We are asked the media house now go in and get some real information from the people up at Dan Query place.
Yes.
You understand? Because the youth fellow co-worker them up there, them know we're going, you know. So if Dan Query and him accomplice moonlighting police officer, I withheld information because when me I look on me see the same thing like we happen up at the boy Patrick Bailey yard with Junior. You have Junior our Gardner.
Oh boy.
And the woman do him as Gully. So this youth are now a worker place, but not no name.
Madness.
Him don't have no name.
Madness.
I remember say Dan Query dead when the incident took place, you know. And him know what happened to the youth because must hear gunshot because more than one gunshot the youth get.
And why Big Mama not speaking about this?
Well, you know, from Big Mama not speak, you know, so the case, a corrupted case.
Yeah.
Once Big Mama not speak, man, it's corrupted because once involved people, them, you know, hear him talk, you know him have the facts and know said corrupt. Because why you would bypass the next of kin, we must in our book as it relates to employment status, contact details for next of kin, but now contact the counselor Rosalie. Come on.
No make sense.
Don't make no sense. The one now come up. We want to know, you know. Because the family, Jeremy and Richard need justice. And the little crablouse policeman, when me here come from out of Denham town there. We want to know where Dan Query I do to you make you so trigger happy. That me want to know, you know, because you go up there moonlight, you know. You don't go on moonlight, man.
Exactly.
Go on moonlight. Because if the youth work with your boss where you are moonlight, boy, you will kill him. Who tell you to kill the youth? You must get why you not go with? Because if you respect the boss, you know, you not going to kill the boss worker.
No.
Comes what me. So
speak of the thing.
Then ask the police boy from Denham town. You get hard to kill a youth there. Somebody tell us to finish him.
Bangarang.
Because we have asked them question, you know. So to kill him like say he's a criminal, won't know him come on the premises and have the problem. Or not kill him because you have to get rid of him. We have no about him. If him thief liquor, you know, I want to have to just prove him thief the liquor and show him say yes and sack him, give him the sack. But you don't kill a man because him work on him thief liquor. Which part that happen? Police boy. Remember your days are going bitter, you know. Because the regime area protect the whole of now in the north, you know, it will crumble soon, you know. And them case, the clock now run out by your case. Because we are going to make sure we beat that till they are bend round at them gates. Because we don't like when police murder the ghetto youth, them, you know.
Amen.
So 9 day one and a day of them killing where we see are go on with police and the citizens them. We are keep them in the melting pot. Because we now stop burn corruption and criminality and injustices.
Amen.
We are dealing with them, that's our priority. So gone are the days when a news just break 1 and 2 times, maybe it lasts 2 days in the media and it's dead and gone, you know.
Yeah.
We have media around us, so we not ease up.
Yeah.
We not ease up till it's some form of justification and come forth to the people and we lose them. Loved one.
Crime against humanity. Yep.
Of course. Or if you kill a man for him job, but when him end up at hospital, him not have no name. How no day him get gunshot, how no day him go look to see if him life can be spared. We no leave him there for leak out.
My God.
Eh? You know, so no evil, man. Hey, people don't stop work with them like a criminal boy when him done query, you know. Cause remember them, they're all rapists, you know. What not doing at them man the nightclub, man? Them man if employees check 5 man and our people them where the corrupt. I be a corrupted people who not make work up this man. Them place stand up to get to youth. Cause remember society not like ghetto people, you know. You stand a chance if you work with them in the idea, but yes, when it comes tonight, the chances are very slim, you know.
Yes.
Because man, they have some form of ghosts we aren't them, you know. Where them have to always a kill. You understand? Them have to always mix up in a corruption. Can one businessman have so much corruption surrounding him? Eh?
Exactly.
Real.
Let me give you another history in terms of the MO with the Jamaica Labour Party. Remember that Jamaica Labour Party also guilty as it relates to the killing of the Edentide home.
Yeah.
You understand? That was under GLP umbrella.
Yeah, man.
The Edentide home. I think it was what? 100 and something.
152.
152, right? Ladies who were brutally put to their death. You understand? Burned to death. You understand? Just to gain political mileage. So when you see all of these things in terms of what the Jamaica Labour Party had done in terms of the history that show the evidence, right? Remember, there was another move, you know, where you have Big Mama, they reported a situation as it relates to Parliament and about fireball, you know. And we know how that going. We know, say that was a lie. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm only strengthening your argument, Melting Pot. Continue.
And then, yeah. And then remember, you know, after evening tide fire, you know, yes, them burned up GP and kill Jim Brown, you know.
Ah. All right.
Them burned up GP and kill Jim Brown.
Party of arsonists.
Yeah. I remember, you know, yeah, another man before Jim Brown cleared him us up, you know.
Yeah.
Them set up roadblock for clear them us up, man. Saturday evening, I come from Cayman and Spark, man. And finish off clear them us up, man. And some evil people there, you know, haunted by ghosts.
Sorry, the CIA call them shower posse criminals.
Them haunted by ghosts, man.
Yeah.
They cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
You get rid of them to make a clean.
Criminals.
People, if you get rid of that ghost party, Jamaica clean in no time.
Well, on the mention part, you see what yesterday, you understand, is 110% true. I mean, if the Jamaica Labour Party, if you look into the history and say then you have the ability to extract the Jamaica Labour Party out of the space of the political history, Jamaica would have surpassed Singapore.
Long time.
Jamaica would have surpassed Singapore. Right now, too we about that. But remember, as it relates to the Auditor General report, you know, we are losing $1 billion annually under the Jamaica Labour Party administration.
Yes.
Right? $1 billion unaccounted for annually.
Yeah.
This must stop. And then the wickedness of it all, right? It is causing the massive inflation on the people.
Exactly.
Right? And the Jamaican Labour Party, they go and borrow all the money from the IMF, the World Bank, and so forth, and then the austerity measures. Now, I want to know, since we are talking about general election, right? I'm anticipating what sort of budget that we're going to have coming March. What sort of budget it is going to be coming March?
Maybe the only budget supply hardware. I don't see them we have a budget. Because them tax where them not collect, you know. Because them know them are going to lose the election. So one deal them cut to them company and say, you want nobody run a tax, you know. Because you know in time we lose, we are going to come collect a peace side. You have to keep peace. We don't know. Because never in the history of Jamaica, you have front company.
Yes.
Where them tax not pay.
Right. And the generating part. What people need to understand that
take over and take on them. They're gonna get me charger for the phone.
Yes. When you have an institution that not paying their taxes, the government are not collecting the taxes from these institutions, it affects social programs.
Yep.
It affects several social programs. Local roads will not be able to fix and so forth.
Trash pickup, garbage collection.
Garbage collection and
water problem.
Like
Yeah.
so many things being affected as it relates to the ripple effect. No, but let me just that there.
That's why them have a shortfall 45 billion last year.
No, watch this, Pastor Ricky. Watch this now, Pastor Ricky, and watch this melting pot. When the GLP was in power, was in opposition, I am going to remind something that Delroy Chuck accused the People's National Party for as it relates to crime. And no other, right, in the administration. And when you compare that as it relates to particularly number 3, you see where the anti-honest-led administration is a callous failure in comparison with the People's National Party. But Jamaican people, watch it. Listen to what Delroy Chuck is saying here. On the record, Delroy Chuck. Listen, Jamaican people, as it relates to how Delroy Chuck criticized the People's National Party. What is he saying now? What is Delroy Chuck saying now? Right? Yes. Listen to this, my Jamaican people, to show you how dishonest these people are, particularly Delroy Chuck. Listen.
The government does not have a handle on crime. It seems to me that it is about time they appreciate that crime is going out of sync. And it is one thing when Peter Bunting compares crime figures with the second half of last year and get the feeling that crime is not trending upwards. But I have been pointing out every week that crime is trending upwards. But when you compare the first half of this year with the last half of last year, he keeps saying crime is trending down. So you get a feeling of satisfaction or a false security when you're comparing last year's second half of last year with the first half of this year. With the escalation over the last couple of weeks, then it should demonstrate to ministers and the cabinet that you have to put crime and the reduction of criminality as a major priority. Because if you don't keep crime under control, everything else will be affected.
All right, people. Now look here.
If cabinet has given him everything and he's not showing the results, then the answer is yes. But I'm not too sure that he has got what he has asked for from cabinet. He needs the support of his colleagues at cabinet. It is the cabinet that should be ensuring that a number of legislative matters and policy directions are actually put in place. From the beginning of the year, I've asked for legislation, anti-gang legislation and DNA. And why I've asked for it, because when we left office last year, we had signed off on anti-gang legislation. I was chairman of the legislation committee, and I met with all the stakeholders, including the Commissioner of Police and his senior officers, to sign off on the anti-gang legislation. And the DNA legislation was ready, and just for it to come to the legislation committee and cabinet. And I have no doubt that those two pieces of legislation should have been before the cabinet. And the fact that I've been calling for both pieces of legislation, the country has been calling for those pieces of legislation, and cabinet and the parliamentary group have not brought it to Parliament, it shows that it is not only Peter Bunting, but the cabinet seems not to be aware of the escalating crime problems across the country.
No, take it away. Hey,
I'm not too sure that increased penalties necessarily reduce criminality.
When we can expose them, we're glad when we can beat them.
Words come back to bite them, man.
We're glad when your words come back to bite them. And look here, when I saw that, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, no, let us look on the crime statistics between Peter Bunting period, which is Portia Simpson-led government, and make the comparison now. What's your people? And have we heard anything from Delroy Chuck speaking about this government and crime? Nothing. Silent, because they're a callous failure. Look at the crime statistics, people.
But watch this now. Watch this now.
Yes.
Watch this, Byron. Let me just drop in something here, so.
Yes, go ahead.
He might talk about Peter Bunting time and crime, and you know, them now do not about it. Film security minister of a gang, you know. A known gang, you know.
A known gang.
You understand? Because he was emphasizing on gang-related crime, you know.
Yes.
So when they never touch the drug trafficking and the money laundering, me just not deal with the stone crusher gang. And a film security minister that. So, you know, so we have to get rid of the chuck them and the chang out of our politics, you know. Because Jamaica not any country or Japanese country or them South Korean or whatever. Jamaica are African people place, you know. So them chang and chuck, they're not supposed to have a place. Them have to go away. And we have to get rid of them once and for all. Yeah. We don't know playing with them chang and them chuck here, you know.
Yes.
No plaything with them boy, because you have no. Them boy go around with them light shaded skin and I trick the people, them not real, you know.
No.
You understand? Them boy are not real. Me know about them boy from long time. He'd have one named Yapsam. Yeah. We Andrew then and they control up the stuff. That is a whole criminal, you know. We kill out a whole heap of youth from up now Olympic. We are there, you know. Yeah, man, Olympic yard and Waterhouse and toiled and them. Them, you know much soul them man, them make gone, perish.
My goodness. My God.
You ever take the People's National Party and you hear about any chang and chuck and yap? No.
Crazy.
Them not resonate with the People's National Party.
Definitely.
But because them name them a part of society where you know a CIA and PSOJ, that's why them pull up in the last Nazi party, the Lion party.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, because me never see a party can tell lies. So. The man them lie like so well then boy it's in a style. Or it gone out of style.
But we are here melting pot in this space to give them checks and balance. We could show the statistics. You understand? And to show if you understand if Delroy Chuck is not going to cut out his own administration. Let us show the statistics without any delay. Jamaica Conservative Force statistics. So, see it here, people. Remember, you know, we just hear Delroy Chuck, you know. We just heard Delroy Chuck. Right? So let us proceed to the statistics and show the year. Right now, let us get down here. All right, show the year as it relates to Portia Simpson led government. Now, this is Portia Simpson led government between 2012 right, to 2016 people. Here it is, 1,102, and you know what, on a Bruce Golden period, right, we should have shown Bruce Golden period in terms of Bruce Golden having the highest, right, crime rate. So Bruce Golden period between 2007 to 2011. This is Bruce Golden period in the paper. I am going to show you how hypocritical Delroy Chuck is, because look at Bruce Golden period between 2007 to 2011. 2007, 1,584. Right? 2008, 1,619. 2009, 1,683. 2010, 1,447. 2011, 1,133. No. Look at Portia Simpson period. 2012 CTL people, right? So you know that the Bruce Golden period was really terrible. And that was one of the reasons why the index, the corruption index, right, had, you know, flagged Jamaica, right, as the worst under Bruce Golden time between 2009, when the corruption index flat to 30%. Now here's Portia Simpson period 2012 to 2016, right? 2,102, right? 2013, 2,102, right? 2014, 1,005, and 2015, 1,208. This is where Portia Simpson handed over, you understand, the button to Andrew Holness, you know. Andrew Holness came in 2016. 2016. So look for the graph, people, between 2012 to 2015, right? Nothing under Portia Simpson reached 1,300. Nothing under Portia Simpson reached 1,300 between 2012, 2015, and 2016, right? February, when Andrew Holness came into power, right? So the most of 2016, Andrew Holness controlled that. Look here now. 2017, the following year, 1,647, right? 2018, 1,287, 2019, 1,339, 2020, 1,323, and 2021, 1,400 and something, 2022, 1,400 and something again, 224, 1,000, and the lie what am I tell? Let me put out that, right? So look, what Delroy Chuck have to say about this. Here it is, people. What Delroy Chuck has to say about this. Between Portia Simpson period where Delroy Chuck, they said the People's National Party don't have crime under control. Under Delroy Chuck now, 2016, look on the crime rate. Take it away.
Go watch this now, Byron.
Yes.
Let me just tell you, Bruce Golden period, you know. With a 5 year there where you read out, you know, a 7,769 soul perish on a theme period, you know. Bruce Golden, you know. You understand? So when it comes to crime, you know, Labour Party never have crime under control, you know, because they're a crime facilitator.
Yeah, believe it.
So you have crime under control. True. When the mastermind of crime is in operation, you can't have it under control. Which part you ever hear a Minister of National Security? And we're not talking about word of mouth, you know. We are talking about documented as operating a gang. Because when WikiLeaks push out them things for you, you know, remember no tabloid, you know. Now, you know, if you do it tabloid, you can't come challenge WikiLeaks, you know. Boy, my operate gang. And him do drugs trafficking and money laundering.
Exactly.
So right away it show you say GLP, them turn up crime, man. Them turn up crime. But me them want you read out the boy that won, the nasty prime minister I won, you know, because you see through my liar that we know say all of film figures them fabricated.
Yes.
Well, we can probably kind of read too for Bruce and come up with 7,769. Andrew all is going, you know, same chap numbers, you know.
Yes.
Yes, so film one now go show the accuracy and even come close. Because remember the man half the crime rate, you know, the death, you know.
Yes.
To 1138, you know. But when we do just a rough calculation at 2,200,
yes,
using a simple criteria as 6 dead per day. 6, you know. We don't have more than that, but we just use that as the yard measuring stick. 6 dead a day in Jamaica.
Yes, you just
we'll have to 3 dead. Because him half the 6 to 3. Because we get 2,200 and say 1,138. Because he want to heads up himself side a portion number. Because we have beat him with it, you know.
Yes.
So I'm looking now say, drop them face commissioner police for them up there. Google 2. Them fix up something and run out with it. But up to the clean, I beat them. I make them know say, go fix up that number they want to come with.
You see it?
Because statistics that show far away. Different from where them run out with it now.
Yes.
You understand? Because I look like them remember Cherry Lane thing where 17 dead shot and 10 dead.
Look at that.
Eh? And the amount of quadruple, triple murder and five member dead in a 1 yard. And I want to them garbage, man. That's why we have to move the garbage truck. We need to get rid of the garbage truck. They need to go clean up about Juliet all this constituency with the garbage pile up there. When the road them waste money I buy rubbish truck at Jamaica and you have the right truck, man. A garbage that, you know. Send them go up and clean up everywhere, man. We don't want them truck and them channel no more in our politics affair. Them to go away. Them are nastiness, man.
Definitely.
Remember them not nothing truthful out of them mouth, you know. And them don't like black people. Them not like black people. That's why them treat the gang youth them like this.
Yes.
When crab have the gang down a mobile, you know. The only thing where you know come out of gang related circumstances death. So you know him build an academy to kill off the youth them down there. A gang academy. The kill off the youth them. But the youth them I get wise up now don't be a man. And I run with them now. Them are wise up everywhere, you know, because Sinasonist jackass Hutchinson there. I lift me here, I lift up now, you know. After 27 years in one constituency, you know. But I never know the people them give so much time. 27 years.
Crazy.
And can't go to box food. And bus. Him not going on the road. We don't have no water. We don't still out a light. We don't have no factory processing plant and agriculture land belt. Eh? I don't have that piece of jackass down there with 1,400 acre land.
Crazy, man.
Son.
Crazy.
Come on, people. I'm glad I don't wise up now, man. Because St. Elizabeth have to go back in the hands of the farmer them, but the farmer them can't feel good. Knowing them in a parish like St. Elizabeth, where they're producing parish. Exactly. You understand when it comes to food? Yeah, St. Elizabeth known for that. Your seasoning, your melon. Yeah. Rich soil down there so for them production there. Yeah. I want to make jackass. Hutchinson take 1,400 acre land from one of them there.
I'm going to jump in real quick, Melting Pot, before the...
Come in, man.
All right. Yeah. Yes, Pastor Richie, go ahead.
Yeah, big up Sir Rattigan. Rattigan did some ATI that the JCF responded to that revealed that there's 4 categories of murder, death, homicide that is not recorded in the current crime rates. Self-defense, home missing people, suicide, and death investigation. Those 4 categories are not recorded. So this criminal prime minister, if you look at his numbers from 2016 to 2024 December last year, those numbers are not accurate. Rattigan revealed that there's still over 300 bodies that they haven't determined the cause of death. Plus, there's other death that they reclassified to a different category. So it's not recorded. So I did the total calculation with those same figures you just showed, Sir Byron. And under this criminal prime minister, 12,448 people died under his watch. You said Bruce Golding was 7,000, but under this prime minister, if you do from 2016 to December 2024, 12,448 homicide in Jamaica. This is way more than the U.S. military lost soldiers in Afghanistan for 20 years. Jamaica is not at war, but yet on this prime minister who failed to protect the Jamaican people, who made a promise to them that he might go make them sleep with them windows and their doors open, colossally failed to protect the people. One of the biggest responsibility any heads of state or world leader have is to protect the people of their country. And he has failed miserable to protect the people of Jamaica. 12,448 homicides under this prime minister watch from 2016 to 2024 December is far too much people died in Jamaica. And Jamaica is not at war. He cannot protect the people of Jamaica. So them use SOEs, state of emergency, ZOZO, special zones of operation, as human rights breaches, constitutional rights breaches of the citizens of Jamaica. That shows you from when am I use SOEs? From 2017, 2018, I think.
Yeah, from 2017.
Until now, them still not reduce crime. Yet Jamaica has been listed in the Caribbean report as the 2nd highest country in the Caribbean behind Haiti. But we can probably justify Haiti crime rate because of them have a little civil war going down there. But Jamaica has nothing like that. So he cannot protect the people, and he should resign. And the national security minister, who is a criminal also, according to what we all know about WikiLeaks, write up about him. Both of them combined together, and the commissioner of police, Google Yaga, they have failed. Then they bring in a new commissioner who's using the same playbook and the same script. They all are failures, and they cannot. So when Chuck come out when he was in the opposition and say these things, the same words what him speak and judge Mama P with, come back to aunt him and him party, because then when I accuse Mama P of the same thing, no, we can't say the same thing about him. So where is the response to him to say, well, the criminal prime minister cannot curb crime or reduce crime? They're all failures, man. Them said I'm a loser, but I'm a failure too.
We could do something very important. Because here make a while ago in a pastor, and it's vital. Because 14 years, if you tie up that 9 year with Bruce Golding 5, you get 14 years. But if you add both figures for the 9 year and the 5 year, nearly 22,000 people dead. But you say America have a war in Afghanistan, we run for 20 years, and it's at this casualty number where we have it.
2,500. Look, I Google it. 2,000, almost 3,000 troops died in 20 years in Afghanistan.
20 years.
And what died in Jamaica.
They are at war.
It's a war zone. Yeah, suicide bomb, missile fly, plane a drop bomb.
Exactly.
Look at Jamaica. It's a colossal failure under this government when it comes to homicide. Them can't stop crime. Them can't fight crime. Jamaica need to change the government with a new national security minister and a new police commissioner, and this corrupt high command needs to go. Them have a lot of unsolved cold cases of homicide that them not solve. People needs to get closure. And then when them come out and say crime has reduced, it's a disservice to the families who lost their children, sons and daughters, because they don't include them in the death rate. So that means they didn't recognize the family children. Disrespectful to the dead people.
But Pastor Ricky, let me come in here. Right? And remember that we are not talking about the figures that the Andrew Holness administration is suppressing. Because you know that they are not telling the truth about the figures.
Right.
But what Melton Pot just came out and said, and even what you highlighted, in terms of you making that comparison between America and Afghanistan being at war, right, for over 20 years and don't have 3,000, right, homicide, killings, put it this way. Now, when you look on as it relates to Bruce Golding administration and Andrew Holness administration, based on Melton Pot calculation, Melton Pot is seeing some figures over 22,000, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at that and you crunch into the figure, I think we have to deal with a humanitarian crisis.
Definitely.
Because when you look at that, right, you wonder now if you have to put up a bar graph, right, showing United States 20 years, right, in war and only lost 3,000 people as it relates to death, right? And you put Jamaica, you factor Jamaica in that. Jamaica that doesn't have a war, right? So many people. So if you plot in a graph as it relates to 20 years, and that would know, including the People's National Party as well. If you say you plot in a 20 years graph, right? So if you do that, right? And when you look on that as it relates to factoring Andrew Holness, right?
Bruce
Golding time, right? And the amount of debt to our Jamaican brothers and sisters. No, man, it's a national outcry because what we're talking about right now is something where the mainstream media need to get into.
The government is a failure. Yeah, they fail, man.
But wait, on top of that, knowing to the fact, let me speak it out so that mainstream media can look at this and serious humanitarian persons who are defending, right, that sort of respect for human life. When you look at it, Melton Pot and Ricky, right, we have countries at war. America and Afghanistan. You know, it's a rough terrain that in the Middle East. Rough terrain. And over a 20-year period, they only lost 3,000.
Yeah.
Over 3,000 casualties. Right? Jamaica that doesn't have a war. Right? You're talking about 20,000. And we are not at a war, man.
Yeah.
So is this a democratic country?
This is a scandal. This is a big scandal that we need to highlight this and let them. Yeah, them not. This is a crying shame. Yet them want people in the diaspora come to Jamaica, come do investments. This is why no countries coming to Jamaica to do any investments. This is why people in the diaspora are afraid to go home and retire in Jamaica. Them rather come out of the cold and the ice and the sleet and the snow and go back to the land of their birth, which is warm climate. But because this criminal prime minister and this criminal national security minister and the corrupt high command has failed miserable over these years that they've been in office, people are afraid to go back to Jamaica. It's a crying shame. Tourists go down there and die from other countries. It's a crying shame. Returning residents go down there and die. It's to murder and all these things. It's a crying shame. It's not a safe place. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Jamaica is not a safe place.
Yeah, man. We just have one outburst now. Yeah. Me I tell the people I'm up at Grand Spencer, make sure no get out the boy when him truck, you know. Shove him out. Him not good. I remember Grandspin a ghetto place, you know. That's why them love come each up in a ghetto community to get a vote, to get wealthy, and then turn corrupt against the same ghetto people. Oh, no, show about the piece of nastiness, man. Get rid of him, man. Old garbage.
All right.
Send him back where he come from, cause I don't know when him spring up in our place and I go like so well then, you know, with it send call him. Enough of them left them place and come to Jamaica for rape Jamaica Island, you know.
Definitely.
You understand? Them not come there for no other purpose, you know. Them come take set in our place like Siaga. We're born in Boston in America. Where them are going like so well in my Jamaican. Look how he mash up a place. Eh? And the whole of them sit down and Siaga blueprint, you know. Yeah, man, that's why the party run like that, you know. Them use the blueprint from Siaga time.
Yeah. Remember them I got Jeopardy are coming.
All right.
Yeah, them have the blueprint of corruption, sit down, man. Yeah. And them circulated through every prime minister.
Yeah.
Every minister of national security will serve under the Labour Party. You understand? So we are one of the people in Jamaica who cannot reach anywhere in our life as long as you're not under the GLP administration. We're not going to suffer. We're not going to plan for run. We're not going to get frustrated. We're not going to feel like we want to live.
Sir Byron, if those numbers, Sir Byron and Melton Pot and Lady Anne-Marie, if those numbers up from the JCF that we showed tonight was accurate, it would have been one. It would have still would have been over 20,000 dead from Bruce Golding to this criminal prime minister. But the truth is, there's still 4 different categories of debt that is not included in those very numbers. So who knows? This number probably could have gone up to 25,000 Jamaicans.
No, Pastor Rick in here 40,000, man. Remember, for them number always half, you know. A 50% them give it every year, you know. So if me look at 22, me I just be lenient and just drop them a 40.
All right.
Come on, that's a real man.
Well, I mean, you know, because them normally want half the thing.
All right, remember in the pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
We know there over 7,000 and them say 3,000 and 3,500, you know. Me tell you them is them deal with fraction, man. You know, half everything, man. You understand? Remember, you know, when you look at even the economy, you know, everything what them tell about the economy, I lie, you know.
Yes.
When Big Mama run out and said GLP sitting on a mountain of cash. Under the jail and Andrew the man was sitting on a mountain of cash. We could have worked with that. You understand? When him run out and say, boy, like, well, the country wealthy now. Then if the country wealthy, you will still have IMF. But the Prime Minister...
Look how much people line up 2 days ago at a job fair. And them say unemployment is 3.6%. Yet roadblock, traffic jam for all our people can't get nowhere because so much people hungry for job. You see them get exposed all the while, them pathological lying government.
And the unemployment figure is down.
Let me tell you something. You see all the unemployment, what on Pastor Ricky and Byron, you see all the unemployment figure when them come out with 3.6. If you want the accurate number, just spin it round in 63% of Jamaican people now, you know. That's all you have to do. We know how to deal with them nastiness, yeah, man. We know them trick.
But you're telling truth in a melting pot. Because
that's 63. Then hold on, out of every 10 people, you know, using the projected GDP and using the number 10 as a numeral. Out of every 10, you know. Almost 6.3 people get a job where work.
At least 6
people. You understand? When I work, I mean. Yeah. So, you know, at 3.7 people go to work out of every 10 people, you know.
And a low wage, minimum wage earners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand?
Listen,
The rest of people,
failure on this government, man. They have
the rest of people, them a hustler, where just go make sure know them can hustler money who put on a pot when evening come. Sometimes the pot can put on too.
Yes.
But this man run out and tell the lights of some big industry there in Jamaica, everybody get job. Can bring in 5,000 new job.
When?
Last year and the year before, we bring in 20,000. Don't know about the statistics as it comes to people who are work.
No foreign investors has been in Jamaica for many years now.
Many years.
To set up shop to employ people.
Sir, well, as you know, hear what is going to happen now because we are coming to the closure of night.
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. So let us just go around the panel for, you understand, the final statement as it relates to tonight's topic. Let us begin with, of course, Pastor Ricky, and then we leave the hammer.
Yeah, man, big respect, Sir Byron, Lady Anne-Marie. I thank you all for the love and the family atmosphere. Big up yourself, Dr. Melting Pot, General. Don't know it, but I need to link you, man.
King Sulfur bitters him bitter bad.
Yes, Melting Pot come up with the sledge tonight.
Me I tell you.
Why? None of them criminals that will not honor them. We're gonna beat it till the hammer bend and rise up the bomber them.
All right.
Them in a trouble. Hey, them in a trouble. Cause them can't fool we in the diaspora, you know. Them can't run out in a Jamaica before the microphone and tell a whole bunch of lies. And Big Mama and them run with it and spread it. But we are the deep dive research. Yes. We are all them accountable. We bring out the truth and the facts for them. The traditional media them was censor can't talk about. Because if them tell the truth down there, them threaten them with lawsuit or fire them. You know what I mean? So them can't touch we, cause we the style right now will allow us freedom of speech. And once them are public servants, we have a right for scrutinize and criticize and bring and reveal the truth to the people then. But my mother's close with this. To everyone in Jamaica, I'm talking to the comrades, the People's National Party supporters. Listen, over the years, many of you sold out the party. What do I mean by that? Many of you got paid to stay home and didn't go to the polls. Many of you took money from the GLP up at the other side, the GLP party side, to sell out your votes. You have betrayed the party, and one of the reasons why this criminal organization, the GLP line parties in government, is because many of you took money from them and stayed on. Listen, I'm a truth teller, man. People won't like me because I tell the truth, but the truth will make you free. This upcoming general election, I dare you not try to sell your vote for no 5,000 or any fertilizer, chicken, whatever them are geared for buy for telling them to stay home and don't vote. You cannot afford to do that. The People's National Party base is huger and larger than the JLP base. The JLP base under this criminal prime minister and the local government reveal it, their base is shrinking. They have not done anything to magnify, increase, or enlarge their base. So we now are energized and motivated with a new direction, a fresh wind, a new opposition leader who means business, who's a no-nonsense person, who has the best of Jamaica interests at heart and the people of Jamaica interests at heart. As a comrade, if you are dedicated to the party and you want to see the party come back in government and Jamaica change for the better, a brighter future for not only you, but your children, if the good Lord tarry, you have to go register to vote. If you at the age of voting 18 and up, you cannot afford to stay home. This is the most important election in the history of Jamaica. And if you sell out your vote and stay home and cause this criminal enterprise, money laundering, embezzlement, tax evasion government that stole taxpayers' money. $3 trillion is missing, stolen, and you give them another chance to, it's gonna be worse, and you have nobody to blame but yourself. But I have faith and confidence in Comrade Leader Mark Golan, who has inspired the nation, and even the little children, them love him. Everywhere him go, peer love him again. So listen, wake up, smell smell what's happening in Jamaica. Open your eyes and see what's happening in Jamaica. Jamaica need a change, and you cannot. If them offer you any money for stay warm, run them or report them. Buy and vote is against the law. It's in the Constitution. You can report it. Take out on a cell phone and video it and take even picture. It's against the law. Do not sell your vote to get a transactional benefits for 1 day or 1 week, and when the benefit is gone, you suffer if them win for another 5 years. So that's my appeal and my closing argument tonight. You have to go to the polls, come what may, knock on every doors, grab somebody with a wheelchair, walker, cane, crutches, whatever you have to do, pay somebody taxi fare for get them to the polls. This election is the most important election in the entire history of Jamaica since the good Lord created Jamaica and put it in the Caribbean Sea. You cannot stay home because this government has to go. And every week, Sir Byron, Lady Anne-Marie, the Melting Pot, Father Lonesome, Sir Jeffrey Tavares, Sir Rattigan, all the bloggers in the space in Jamaica and in the US, Canada, England, America, we are dedicating our time, resources. We not get paid. We not want to pay from nobody. We love Jamaica. Why we are so what we say and do what we do. So guess what? Wake up, get on this bandwagon. Don't sell out on a vote, because we're going to win this election once we come together in unison, or we unite on one accord. That's my closing argument. This is an election we have to win. If People's National Party fail to win this election, which I doubt, dog nyam will suffer. That's my argument. Back over to you.
All right, let me say something before Melting Pot comes in, because we want Melting Pot to close us out. Now, the Titan boss, right, send out the eagle, right, and the eagle, right, pick out the information. So we have Big Mama right here. We need him. Now we realize that him can't eat in the kitchen. So Big Mama now is trying to spin in it, in saying, using reverse psychology, that yes, I know what they want to do. They want to intimidate me for me not to speak the truth. Now we know that Big Mama station is not a credible station. We have seen the evidence where PJ Patterson sued him. You understand? So he's a propagandist. You understand? He's not a credible station. So we have Big Mama where we need him. You understand? Not a credible source of information. So regardless of what Big Mama want to spin, whether I want to dangle left, dangle right, you want to stand in the center, no one listen to Big Mama, because Big Mama totally has no credit. All right, Melting Pot, take it away for us.
Yeah, me have to take it away, you know, because me I tell you, you know, I love our Pastor Ricky and Das. You know, the speech in a profound manner.
Yes.
Calling on the people them to unite.
Yes, man.
Join hand in hand, heart in heart. Give the support to the People's National Party. Because me I tell you, you know, as Pastor Ricky said, I feel
like I was preaching in the pulpit, man.
That no supper, you know. Yeah. So all me have to say, I'm giving you the warning. A new day is dawning. Better be prepared.
Amen.
Marky G is here.
Amen.
Love it.
Deliverance a come.
Yes,
And the
sir.
message of the people.
Dub plate. Put that on a dub plate.
Deliverance a come, people, because remember, you know, under Mark Jefferson holding stewardship, you know, deliverance is sure. Because just look at how Mark Golding carefully and methodically choose the people and when we want to be around him to move Jamaica forward. Brilliant people.
Exactly.
Excellent people. People with high IQ. You understand? These people will serve Jamaica well. Yeah? Because I know Mark Golding is a patient man. He's not a man who rush and do things, you know. He's a man who analyze things carefully and make sure him try him utmost best to get it right. He can't be 100%, you know, but I'm sure he's in the high 90s. Because, you know, we see where sometimes you think you put things together, but you have to make adjustment. Because one little idiot one day in a Central Kingston, they were named Lawrence Lowe. Yeah, Marky G have to pluck him out.
Yeah.
Quick too. And fix it.
Yes.
So you know the Marky G will work. So people, yeah, as we said, the People's National Party is here to give you deliverance. Yeah? Deliverance from this regime government.
All right.
Deliver you out of austerity and poverty. Show you the light of love and unity, where the crime rate don't have to be suppressed, but it will be accurate. And I close.
All right, love that. And let me say for final closing, you know, making a reference from Pastor Ricky, who, you know, 100% articulates solidly in terms of the interest of us going out and vote for the People's National Party. Put the X beside the L. And you putting the X beside the L, you are simply saying honesty and integrity over corruption. Putting the X beside the L, what it is saying that you are here for checks and balance, nation building, honesty and integrity over corruption. And we end the night tonight. I want to say a big thanks to Pastor Ricky, right? And big thanks to Melting Pot, who come out and they hammer it home, they sledge it home. I want to
respect Melting Pot.
Really appreciate the time and the moment.
Boy, with all the tedious problem when we that encounter, we couldn't leave the space. We have to try. I just when we come in our last, you know me have to come beat it, you know.
I mean, what closer come from behind, you know.
Yes,
I mean, the race is not
him the down 13 points in 2022, you know, and the rebranding and put him out there and introduce him. Now I'm up 9 points. That's a 22 point swing. And we're going to add more to it when Dan and the second will come out.
So, Pastor Ricky, you tell me, say that swing at 22 points from down 30.
When the next poll come out in another week or so, it will increase to even maybe 30. You never know.
Pastor Ricky, I told him, you know.
Yeah, you did.
The next poll coming out.
Yeah, you did. Dan Anderson on the field right now. He mean on the field, I get him data together.
What Marky G are doing a long time when I see this on the ground in Jamaica, you know. We have Prime Minister drag through every nook and cranny corner in Jamaica and meet the voters.
I remember starting fourth quarter report I come out next week. I got tell about the numbers in the fourth quarter.
Yes, a 63 seat me wanting.
Well,
Mr. 55.
Me not no problem because you hear me now. Me feel Marky G, and you know him candidate them, you know, Them can't run the country. We don't really need no opposition, you know. Because Market J run it in a way that nobody now oppose nothing. Everything I run smooth. You understand?
Well, we still have to go out and do the work, man. We can't take it for granted. We know him going to win, but we want it to be decisive and massive and no marginal victory for no recount.
No marginal.
We want 2/3 in our both houses.
Yeah.
So we can
Pastor Ricky, we want back God knows, guys. We put them people in this time and we burn it down.
Big Mama gonna be the first one.
You know what? The
camera gonna move and follow where the arsonist.
All right.
We don't want them to move. God knows. Them burn them. God knows.
You understand? Big of yourself.
Well, we have to be careful what we say still, you know, because that's a sacred place and that's the seat of government. So we want it to be protected and safe and secure.
Protected. Real people around the country. Here, because if we don't have real people around the country, you know. Remember, these people like to use fire, you know, as part of them armory, you know.
From
the arsonist government, Bundang Market, Bundang House,
General, I would say
everything.
Yeah, man.
So,
Sir Byron, the fire still ablaze. I don't know you're gonna put it out tonight, but big respects, man. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man, the respect up tonight, you know. Yeah, man, because I tell you, I know the show up tonight. I know the people.
Hey, you forgot to tell Father Lawson to bring you on Sunday night and keep the fire burning.
No, me on Sunday night, you know. Me on Sunday night, man. Sit here. We never stall, man.
Oh, okay. The fire blaze.
Yeah, man.
All right,
well, I'm here to
Mystic family in the chat. God bless you all. Have a blessed night, everybody. Respect. All right. Bye-bye.
We apologize to to Jeopardy. Unfortunately, we can't have it because time lapse and we're gonna have to run out here. Quite shortly. So I mean, we really apologize for that. Next week for sure, we'll be having Jeopardy. All right. So I want to say big thanks to all the people who tune in with us, right, and continue to tune in and listen to us, right. Big thanks to you all, right, who continue to support us. We appreciate that, right. None of anything to say to the people.
Reggae Girl, I need you to message me on WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, Reggae Girl.
Reggae Girl, please send me a message on WhatsApp. I can't seem to identify which is you on WhatsApp, so I just need you to message me so that I can just send you a confirmation.
Okay, so Reggae Girl, if you are listening, just message us on WhatsApp so we can deal with that situation. All right. Once again, big thanks. We love you all, right? And we are in this space. We are not going to stop from fighting, right? And nothing, right, cannot cause us to back down. We are moving 110% with full force, right? We fear nothing, right? So no threat, no intimidation can stop us, right? People, bless up yourself.
All
We
right.
love you all.
All right, thank you guys. Really appreciate each and everyone as usual, and safe travel on the gravel.
All right.
Until next time.
Blessings.
Bless up.